murder, she wrote.
We are live and we are rolling, and Nick's in a good mood. So am I. It's a Friday night here at the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we can't wait to get the show kicked off and rolling. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into. Doubleheader Friday, 2 shows. One of the shows is kind of a go-home show. We are going to get into all of it tonight. Rampage, Smackdown, lots of wrestling coming your way on the eve of the mega stream. We'll talk about that too, folks. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. So we are live. We are ready to go. I see the chat filling up, folks. I hope everyone out there had a wonderful week. Friday, we put it in the books. We put it to bed. We buried it like The Undertaker. Of course, Monday will pop back up like The Undertaker. Exactly. So we got another week in the books. So what's better way to end it than some Smackdown, some Rampage, your 2 favorite friends on the screen with you. We're going to talk some fucking WWE. We're going to talk some AEW. Welcome. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, the man that just won't go home, and I am joined by the troublemaker.
Yes, we are.
This
some
guy
people
gonna
labeled
shit.
Right, exactly. Some people have even labeled me Jim Cornette Jr. and everything, but we are 100% live on a Feel Good Friday night. What's up?
JCJ, buddy.
Trust me.
That's how Nick gets.
We finally gotten to the J in my name.
That's how Nick earns his J, folks. It's gonna be a Friday,
right? But we're getting a replay of Solo taking out Matt Riddle last night as we're kicking off with the Brutes versus the Usos for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. First off, how you doing, KJ?
How you doing? How's everyone out there doing?
Zero, Curtis, Larry, Willard, Watt, DeMarcus, Smile, Dale, Thomas, everybody.
I thought you were smiling because of you were like DeMarcus Smile.
DeMarcus, yes, Smile. That's the clip. That I was reading the cue card, but the prompter, I know I wasn't supposed to do that.
Wow, we're kicking this off with the tag titles out of the gate, folks. We ain't fucking around here tonight.
Tells me that there's no title change coming though.
I agree. I didn't expect one anyway.
Which, by the way, I guess predictions out of the gate here because we've already got Small Mark saying Brutes by DQ, Damien saying Usos for the win, Curtis saying Wrestling for Life is the best on YouTube. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Tell your friends.
Curtis, you took the words out of my mouth. I was waiting till we got to the angle to break out the it's true. It's damn true.
Right. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time is having a birthday, and he's going to be here in Pittsburgh, his hometown,
right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Right here in Pittsburgh. Now I fucked it up. I will warn everybody, the THC is liquid tonight, and it's going down smooth.
That's what she said.
Pardon?
But so, folks, we have the Usos kicking off against the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus and Pete Dunne. Butch as the tag team because Drew's, I guess, allegedly out with the same injury as even Roman, I guess, supposedly allegedly has.
What a weird report that was, Nick. To come out and be like, well, reportedly, Roman is disqualified for the same reason as Drew. We're like, you never even told us why he is.
They caught a case of I don't give a fucking Titus. I feel like.
It's called See You in January-itis.
It's called 2023. And I've seen people say with this whole situation of you don't want Sheamus or you don't want Drew to take the pinfall because at the end of the day, the Usos are winning this, especially if we're kicking off SmackDown with this.
Yeah.
The Usos are winning this, and you don't want to see Drew or Sheamus take a pinfall. Butch or Ridge especially can take a pinfall versus Sheamus or big old Daddy Mac, Drew McIntyre.
Right. Well, I mean, here we go. Usos for the win.
I
clicked on the same one.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
In Pittsburgh. It's not Pittsburgh tonight.
Oh, we'll see on Rampage. We still got Rampage. Goes down smooth, eh?
It really, really tastes like what you
So
think.
Brazil is down, and that makes me happy, but then YouTube has been effing me all day. Well, no, that's why you tune into us. You know, your favorite YouTube wrestling buddies. And 100%, and trust me, JV, I know what you're talking about. I just watched to where Brazil lost to Croatia.
Can you imagine? Brazil looked dominant. They looked like they were going to dummy everybody.
Well, I feel like in Brazil, that's like committing a national like hate crime or something. That's their national sport. It's like Canadian. It's like I almost said Canadians. It's almost like Canada taking a bronze or no medaling in fucking hockey.
Right.
It's like, no, you're supposed to do this shit.
Man, we have summits when that happens in this country. No the fucking
elections, everything.
Oh yeah, the juniors filled a medal. We fucking clean house.
But we got Butch and Jimmy right now kicking it off.
No, granted, it rarely happens.
Yeah.
All right, the Usos are in control, folks. Sammy at ringside. He looks like a wet dog.
You're not wrong, but I also really like a lot of the news that I'm hearing about Sammy, which, by the way, I guess shout out, he does have a shirt going up on Pro Wrestling Tees for a charity that's saying my dog.
My dog.
But I've also seen the rumor, allegedly accusations, that Sammy wants to be the newest host of the Great British Bake Off.
Really?
Yes. Because the host is stepping down, and so why not have the honorary use judging, the island of relevancy when it comes to baked goods?
Okay, I guess. Does he know a lot about baked goods, or I guess the host doesn't have to?
Listen, any fat kid knows a good bit about baked goods.
I wouldn't exactly call. He's skinny as fuck. When was the last time he had?
Hey, listen, you can be skinny and be a fat kid at heart.
That's true. Or you could be skinny and never mind.
Right.
Sheamus and Butch. Plus Shotzi, Bazler tonight. Kurt Angle 54. Yeah, Victor. We got lots going on. Lots to talk about. And of course, we're going to follow that up with Rampage tonight. Lots to talk about in that regard as well. And
then we're right here before we're here live on Saturday at 3:30 in the afternoon with Ring of Honor Final Battle, NXT Deadline. God knows when we're going to go home. We're strap in and strap on for at least probably 6 hours of action. What?
Man, I'm going to need like one of those like fucking hemorrhoid pillows. Like
no, that's when we're going to have fully the sponsored podcast
yeah,
and everything.
Hey, Prep H, you want to send us a fucking call out, would you?
Whoa now. Pause.
Contract signing between Gunther and Ricochet tonight on SmackDown. I had not realized that was happening.
Damien, I know you let me know about that, and that's what they started off with. We're getting that, official, which means someone's going to go to the table.
Does that match require I don't get why there's a contract signing for this.
They'll put Ricochet through a table.
I know. Okay,
that's why. That's
probably.
Why.
It's just so
Let's
random.
be honest, it's because Ricochet is going through a table. It's the same reason why Axiom's in the Iron Survivor match, which, folks, by the way, we're in a commercial break, or at least I am.
If he wins, I'll shit a cat.
100%. It's just, what in the Rudy Blue hell are you doing? He's there just to do spots and just to do flips off of the cage, what have you.
Yes, no, 100%. They booked him. I mean, it's going to work well. And I mean, you got guys like Carmelo in this match as well that are going to complement him well. But at the end of the day, like I said, I'll shit a cat if Axiom pulls off a W here.
Right. But so, Ronnie, what up?
No scripts?
No, that's strictly NXT.
No, for NXT, for Deadline, I'm shocked. No scripts.
No, but we are getting the New Day, surprisingly.
Yeah, who saw that coming?
100%. Well, and I've seen them already starting to put out if they're going to be the Triple Crown winners of the tag titles. So I think I don't know 100% what you gave for your predictions last night and everything, which if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. But rewind. But I'm going to take the New Day on that.
Oh, shit. I took Pretty Deadly.
Fair enough. I'm going to take the New Day on that just because
bold.
I think it's Triple Crown of tag titles. It's they're stale on the main roster, but somehow completely fresh on NXT.
Oh, definitely fresh on NXT for that reason, right? You got a good point there. I just figured Pretty Deadly would win by like a roll up or a cheat.
Yeah, cheeky roll up.
I'm back from commercial, folks. Right now, Butch doing everything he can to get a tag to Sheamus, and Oos trying to prevent that from happening at this moment.
Angle's 54. I'm 50 tomorrow. What? Shout out Larry, I guess. Happy early birthday.
Larry.
Shout out, I know we mentioned it in the Discord and everything, which if you haven't joined our Discord, by the way, go ahead and do it.
Do it.
What are you waiting for?
With some chatty people.
I was going to say, that's when you can, chat like you do in the chats right now and everything, just, when we're not live.
There you go.
But shout out also Jake, the tribal chief there, also had
a
birthday. So shout out to everybody who got birthdays in December. You get the double dip. You get, Christmas and a birthday. You get them back to back.
Now, I always wondered if that was a blessing or a curse. I got my birthday nice in the middle of the year. We're good with it. It doesn't really fuck up anything.
I think if you have it on the holiday, it's a curse.
Yeah, right. You only get one celebration, motherfucker.
Right. You get half the birthday and half the presents.
And Santa blew out your birthday candle.
Right, and all of the Santa gets more celebrated more than you do on your birthday if your birthday's on Christmas, I feel.
I feel like Sammy tried the wet hair look like everyone else, but unfortunately he's got
baby oil, but it's soaked in.
Yeah, like he's got the curly ginge tinge, and it just so now he looks like a bit of a wet dog.
He's the ska mowing.
The ska mowing. Yo, speaking of people on the screen right now and Mowens and giving credit to people, I don't know what that tie-in was.
Right.
But what do you think about Solo and Ricky exchanging some love?
I did. Well, it's just the same thing. It's the same thing to me as when everybody made a fucking kerfuffle over Jade and Naomi Trinity Fatu hanging out at a Rockets game and everything, sitting side by side and everything, courtside. Like, it's okay. They can have friends that are in other promotions. Just, I'm sure the same way Roman and Seth are still at least halfway friends with John. I'm sure, Renee still probably got a couple friends over in WWE, all of that. It's, at the end of the day, it's still professional wrestling. Just because it's like the NFL, NBA, what have you. Just because you wear a fucking jersey doesn't mean you can't be cool with somebody that plays for a different team.
True story.
Right. Butch right now in control. He's hooking up. So I still, it's a little bit like with FTR and the Acclaimed of the way that they've booked it and the way that they've placed it. You can tell that there's not going to be a title change. You're just waiting for the shenanigans.
Yeah, it's just how are we going to get to the end of this? What is it going to mean? Is there going to be some type of angle that develops from it? But yeah, and I don't think we're going to see a title change. So, I mean, there's that as well. So where do we go with this? And I mean, honestly, what do you do with the Brawling Brutes if they're done battling the Bloodline?
Well, maybe we just go on forever like Chris Jericho with Eddie Kingston, what? With the Blackpool Combat Club, what? With anything and everything when it comes to AEW. The 20 beats of the Bowery now because we've got 60. Both of the Brutes.
Butch still going.
Bush doing that a little too provocatively.
Listen, Sheamus and Bush got a good little thing going here.
Well, initially, the Brutes is just Sheamus and Ridge and Butch. It's Drew's the kind of, hey, you're from the UK too, right? So yeah, you come hang out with them,
right?
Rocco says, question, guys, why has Jon Moxley just completely ignored he lost the title to worry about Hangman? Because William Regal is no longer with the company. That's why. And because did you watch Ricky Starks versus MJF? I don't think you watched Ricky Starks versus MJF in that promo off there, because that was the best moment in AEW in quite a while, I feel.
Oh, it's straight fire, Nick. I mean, That it was funny because that meme going around of the
White Walker just walking
Yeah.
through the dragon's fire and everything. Oh, white noise up top. Sheamus with a white noise onto Jimmy.
2 count, and back into commercial break.
Goes.
I feel like we're heavy on commercial breaks.
Well, it's a little bit with WWE if they don't advertise a ton, so they can have a few matches and have them go a good minute, or they can have a bunch of matches. So either way it works, because I get it's commercial breaks and I get it's hot and heavy and everything, but I do like that you're giving time to these matches. You're letting them go versus 5 minutes commercial break and all of that. Like nothing happened.
Absolutely. Sorry, I got distracted by what?
Why?
I was trying to follow along. I get 9 gifts. All right.
If I can do my math correctly, and if I can calculate the situation, I get what you're saying. But sure, my guy.
I feel like should I sing the Hanukkah song? Is that what that is? Is that where we're going?
No, we'll just go right to the bottom here of you're saying WTF? What? And Canadian Spaceman shout out.
What up?
I don't think that MJF was prepared for Ricky Starks to cut an amazing promo on him on Dynamite. I don't think anyone was prepared for that to come out of Ricky Starks 100%.
No, I think it was really surprising. And dude, you caught us live. That's why I love doing these live streams. And anybody sitting at home watching kind of how it all evolved. I mean, we went through it right there on screen. And I was extremely verbal of like, oh, fuck, they're just killing Ricky. Like they're burying Ricky. Like MJF didn't like just throw softball. He smacked that man around for a few minutes. And then Ricky said, okay, I got this. 1 second.
Right. That's why that GIF, I guess, or that meme or whatever that's been going around, like I said, of the White Walker walking through the dragon, shooting fire and everything from Game of Thrones. Spoiler alert, I guess.
Right.
But how that fits so perfectly with what you were saying, because you were even saying live on stream multiple times, like you said, they're just toasting Ricky Starks right now. They're he's going to have to just sit here and take this and just eat it. And then he came back with probably the best promo he's ever cut.
100%. By then, like by a margin. Like he gave a really good promo when he decided he was going to be a baby face and said, you know what, I've had enough and I've worked, and he got all amped up. And I was like, okay. And we've been saying for a long time, like Ricky's a star. Ricky's a star. And yeah, dude, like you said, like we literally watched Ricky take a beating, and we were like, fuck. And at one point he was just leaning on the ropes looking down, and I'm like,
the man got called the Pebble,
right? It was like you know what, we're gonna sacrifice Ricky to regain that heat for MJF. Like we're gonna remind everybody that MJF is a absolute prick. And like I said, what Ricky Starks was able to pull off, even if you know that moment's coming, I mean, you got to show up and deliver. You got to show up and show out, as you like to say.
You show up and show out for the show, and show off, because that's what the show's about, right? But I was gonna say,
we live.
Shout out Kofi, we live, baby.
We always live. We'll be live tomorrow,
right? Shout out Kofi there from the Dirty Heels, one part of our nice little fantasy faction. Everything of some people play fantasy football, we play fantasy wrestlers.
It's funny. I got sick and I didn't check the last update, but I thought we had a really good opening week. I think it was like we fucking dusted.
Yeah, see, point ahead, look smart.
Some days we needed to bounce back after last round.
Right. Oh, white noise on the apron as Jay with a tope Konusi.
Mount out.
But honestly, I'm sorry, but the Ricky Starks promo was bleh. I'm sorry, it was okay. I want you to go over that promo again. It wasn't that impressive. I halfway get where you're trying to go with that.
I don't.
JV. It's one of those of it wasn't, because you expect a super promo from guys like Heyman, from MJF and everything. So I feel like they get an extra kind of boost a point up there. When you don't expect it from somebody like Ricky, and he kind of comes out there with some hot fire.
To me, that made it even better.
You also have to kind of counter of, it feels a little bit like the internet's kind of been like, so who's the best on the mic now? Instead of, Dylon, and Dylon, it's been Ricky Starks, what have you.
I like it.
But it was good. It wasn't,
it was fucking great by any standard.
It was like it was 100% the best he's done.
I hate to disagree with my boy JV, but yeah, I mean, dude, I thought it was fucking outstanding. It was passionate. It sounded realistic. Didn't sound rehearsed or scripted. I think he fucking absolutely dug in and delivered. Period. That's what I thought. I mean, I thought it was outstanding, and I thought the fact that we didn't expect it made it even better. Pardon?
Very, very true. Well, I think that's I like now how it's become the what gimmick has now become of countering or simulating the what. Pardon? Right. Excuse me. Indeed. Damn. We've gone all the way to Ron Simmons. So I've gone all the way from Stone Cold Steve Austin to Ron Simmons. And the man just disappeared because technology. Let me fix that right now quick. So I've got right now Pete Dunne tagging in Sheamus. So this has been a hell of a match. This has not been how I think we all kind of feel about it. We all know that clearly who's going to win this match, as we've got a toss powerbomb into a cutter for a 2 count. Jay breaks up the 2 count. But this has been a hell of a match. Like I said, at times the fact that WWE doesn't advertise a ton of stuff helps them because they can just have matches go for quite a bit versus we just get, match, promo, etc., like it's goddamn universe mode or something. But this has been a hell of a match. Who would win between Butch and Orange Cassidy? If you're asking my opinion or how I would book it, I'm saying Butch. That's because I feel like at this point, if you ask me Orange Cassidy versus anybody outside of, I don't know, maybe the Brooklyn Brawler or something like that, it's going to be whoever Orange Cassidy's facing. Sammy's in the ring. Clothesline from Ridge as, Jay counters the counters the powerbomb to roll up. Big knee from Shamo. 1, 2, 2 count. 2 count. Again, this is a hell of a match. This is not a boom. Clearly, as Ridge right now is taking it to Solo, I'm here for that feud. I mean, Christ, I was even fine with a Solo versus Drew McIntyre feud. And I do very much like and acknowledge the little tribute that Solo did to Umaga on the anniversary of his passing. And now Umaga's son is actually getting involved in pro wrestling and started super kick from Jay. Sheamus falls into a tag from Butch. So, Butch right now in control. Sneak tag from Jimmy. Jay's not the legal man. As Butch goes for the bitter end. 1D. Pause. Accusations. 2. As Sammy holds Sheamus back. Ginger on ginger action. Why? But so Sammy holds back Sheamus so the Usos can get the pin after the 1D. Dale said, Usos win. Yes. A-Town. We the ones. A-Town and Juice. Yes, because we the ones. And folks, if you haven't already hit that like, share, and subscribe button, if you haven't told everyone that you know, Christ, I know it's the holiday season. You got all the family members coming around, or at least message you, what do you want for Christmas? What size is so-and-so that you're seeing? Are they this size or they that? Do they like this? So absolutely make sure to tell them about the Wrasslin for Life Network. 100%. Because every other wrestling channel out there, they the twos and we the ones. What? Yes. Usos won. Then we've got Kurt Angle backstage with Gable Stevenson. And we're shaking it up with Braun. And this is 100% what I feel like they should have been doing. They should have if you're going to still have Kurt around, and I get obviously the transition from Vince in charge to Papa Paul and all of that, but Gable Stevenson involved with Kurt Angle 100%. It makes sense. It would help him get over, and I don't want to say it, but I mean, if with what they did with having Jason Jordan being Kurt Angle's illegitimate son, if Gable Stevenson was Kurt Angle's illegitimate son versus Jason Jordan, I feel like it'd be better storyline. LA Knight is coming out right now. And I'm so glad they managed to pull him away from the maximum male models. But we're going to get LA Knight Demands Justice coming up right now. Or coming up, I'm assuming, after commercial break. Dun dun. LA Knight. Yes. LA Knight. Yeah. And right before we go to commercial break, we get a little tease of Bray. So Victor saying we want Bray. So I'll ask this to you, because this is a bit of how I feel on this whole Bray situation. And I get, obviously, it's long-term storytelling. We're building the whole situation here. We're planning everything out. It's their version of the MCU. But to me, you need to start pulling these threads together a little bit. Otherwise, you're starting to lose the plot of everybody was super engaged for the White Rabbit. Christ, we've had almost half-hour arguments back and forth over whether it's going to be the Wyatt Six or it's going to be just Bray or what have you, and this, that, and the third. But now it's getting convoluted. It's getting long in the tooth. You need to start pulling some things together. Otherwise, you're kind of going the way a lot of most Bray Wyatt things of great idea, terrible execution. But so you can let me know if I'm, out to lunch or off base with that. But I think that's kind of the consensus right now. JV says, and while we are in a commercial break, man, Jason Jordan, I felt so bad for him. He was one of those guys, man, you saw the talent he had. Yeah, and it's the same talent that you see even with Chad Gable that they proceed to just use as shush and everything versus actually using him of, if there's someone that's to play Kurt Angle's illegitimate son, it's Chad Gable, because the man's just a mini version. He's the mini me to Kurt Angle, I feel, 100%. Smallmark says, yeah, dummy. Why? Every time I see Kurt Angle, I just want to start chanting, you suck. Same when I see the King, I just want to shout puppies. Well, Thomas, yeah. And it's funny how that's just become a thing. And even Edge, Adam Copeland, has come out and apologized about starting that, what have you. But even Kurt at this point has acknowledged it. He even sat there and did the double, milk chug salute and everything when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it's almost become synonymous with him somehow, because I still say to this day, even with Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, what have you, Bret Hart, Kurt Angle is probably one of, if not the best technical professional wrestlers to ever do it. And he was the definition of a blue chip prospect. Of the guy was an Olympic gold medal in legit Greco-Roman wrestling, and then proceeded to make that transition better than anyone's ever seen him do, and anyone's ever seen it done into professional wrestling. Kenny, what up? Any doubt Gable turns on Kurt? Well, I feel like we've kind of already had that. I don't want to see the point to where Kurt's managing Alpha Academy, to where he's the DDP with the DDP yoga to the Alpha Academy, what have you. Of you get Chad Gable and you get Otis and you maybe, Christ, you bring back Tucky, what have you, and you have them all kind of be under the Alpha Academy. And right now I've got backroom commercial, but I've got WWE shouting out Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And there's no place I'd rather be right now than watching wrestling with you fine folks on the Wrestling for Life Network. Why? I'm guessing Hit Row interrupts Kurt Angle's birthday celebration. I hope not.
Boom. I
Boom.
fucked my shit up.
And I was going to say, speaking of back, we've had it announced that John Cena will be on the last, they say the last SmackDown, but it's the last WWE event on air before 2023. But we're getting it announced that John Cena will be back, which is interesting because I guess he's also been scheduled to be filming for a movie right around when Mania 39 starts to kick off. That whole run.
Interesting. LA's had enough. Yo, they piping in some booze hard right now. Oh, we got some.
I was going to say, cut to the production hand there.
Yeah.
Why did this man borrow Karen Cross's glasses?
Yeah, right?
Actually, hold on.
Uh-oh.
God bless the wife. But
yeah, I like this comment.
Let's see if they fit. I have some LA Knight glasses going on right now.
Oh, there we go.
Right. So, folks, if you don't want to watch SmackDown, you can just watch me right now. All right. I can't see shit.
So, LA Knight is here demanding justice.
Dun dun.
I don't even know what that means, but it's provocative.
He's going to... Nobody knows, but it's provocative, and it gets the people going.
Oh, I think I broke my finger.
What?
Yeah, that's a long story.
Okay. So does LA Knight take Bray Wyatt to Little People's Court under the ring like we've seen with Hunter and Sean, or do we finally get the match between Bray Wyatt and LA Knight?
We got to get something.
Uncle Howdy versus LA Knight?
We got to get something. And I think I heard you talking about this while I had crashed my shit. But I think we have to get something. We got to get some bit of meat on this bone. Diehard Bray Wyatt fan. Anybody who's been watching this channel for the last while, they know that I'm a mark for Bray Wyatt. I give him a lot of slack, a lot of room, a lot of, runway to impress me. But we need a little bit of meat. Oh, wait.
Oh, we're getting a replay. Well, I'm getting a replay.
What really happened?
LA Knight doing the first thing you should never do in a horror movie is walk with your back turned into the dark abyss.
What is that?
Is that one of Bray's toys?
He's outstanding with the microphone.
Oh, 100%. This man, I think that's why they wanted to do the manager thing with him, even if he can't go in ring, because obviously we've talked about ad nauseum of before how Vince viewed him as older.
Wait.
But go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. But oh wait, things are glitching. What? So there was 2 different masks. Hey, Uncle Howdy's here.
Right.
Wait, who was that?
Saudi Duty. But it's Bray's voice. It's, don't you want to be respected?
What are you waiting for?
Don't you want to be feared?
How did you get slightly ahead of me?
God works in mysterious ways, my friend. I don't know.
Wait. So it's different masks. So what they're implying is 2 different people have jumped LA Knight.
Well, we've had this whole back and forth
of whether it's closing.
It's Bray on Bray action, pause, or Bray with a couple other people and all of that.
What?
What?
Yeah, no. So now, are we still considering the fact that it's that, like, I mean, it feels like it's slanted to one person.
Well, we've got
Vincent
and Dutch. Yes. I think Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas.
Right.
All you got to do is Bo leave.
My people. Thank you for coming to this channel. So I plug my shit.
We're getting a pitch right now from Michael Cole about how Saturday or how NXT is going to go back out on the road. They're going to be traveling outside of Full Sail, and the first kind of real live premium live event outside of Full Sail is Vengeance Day in February.
Breaking news.
Bum, bum.
Oh, look, Kenny Jones with some.
Hey, Kenny.
What's up, Kenny?
Riddle is out 6 weeks. I think that's still all. I've seen some people think, why is he out? I think it's just to give him some time off of TV and let him hit the refresh button.
And what the fudge is happening?
What? Did Shotzi get her wrist run? How do you get your wrist run over from a car? What in the Rudy Blue hell?
Why did she put her face in her tire? No.
You're not a smart kid. That's what happens. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So if I put my hand under this car tire and they roll over my wrist, I don't know what happens. But Ronna's got a severe case of pink eye, it looks like. Pause. Accusations.
I wanted my eyes to match your dress.
Right, but this is just fucking stupid. And so now we're going to get Liv and Tegan.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm super happy with the way Tegan came back now and everything. I know I've said she looked like Jeff Hardy when he came back and everything, but I dig it versus going fully just back into the I've got to go with Dakota Kai feud and just the never-ending feud of they're just linked together like Sammy and KO. But it looks like we're getting Liv and Tegan versus Shayna and Ronda. The fucking Badger and Pink Eye versus Team Extreme.
Not bad. Liv showing a bit of an attitude. I don't mind it.
But so how do you feel that they had that all going on backstage behind an interview that was already happening? Like we've seen before with Piper Niven and Nikki Cross having it out. We saw where Bray was arguing out loud to nobody backstage behind an interview and all of that. They're now playing with the fact that you have to pay attention because shit's going to be happening behind.
Where is the question mark, sir?
What?
No, I like it. I like that. It's the spontaneity of it. I like better. How many times have we criticized the wrestling shows? Like, one of the wrestlers is doing a front on, backstage promo looking like this, and somebody comes in from camera side and kicks him in the face. You're like, you saw him coming. You saw her coming. You didn't duck, get prepared. What did you?
Right, you Pearl Harbored somebody from the front.
What happened to your
OSW? How do you surprise somebody face on?
Right, your periph ain't working. What happened?
I can see you, motherfucker.
Yeah. At what point do you put a stiff arm out? Like, what is happening?
The old Animaniacs segment. Good idea, bad idea. Good idea. Oh, good idea. Oh, trust me,
idea.
A whole fucking video series on this of just good idea, bad idea.
Man, we should turn that into a wrestling show. We really should.
100%. Oh, trust me. Even me.
Yo, I might have to
times we'll just
that shit. That'd be funny as shit, right?
Shout out
a baby face. Good
JB,
idea.
you get producer credits, I guess, already on that. But no, me and the missus 100%. We'll just pull from the Animaniacs and everything, just like Wheel of Morality, turn. What is the lesson that we should learn?
We're totally insane.
Right. Ronda needs to drop the title.
Why?
Tegan, freaky looking these days. I don't agree with
bad
that.
Freaky or freaky deaky? What do you mean?
Freaky deaky.
Freaky now.
Accusations.
Right.
Tanuki Ronda. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. So I guess Damien's already getting a prediction before we get to the match. But we got Legado came out right before we went into commercial break. Legado del Fantasma should face Los Lotharios.
Why?
No. Right. Explain to me.
Why? Yeah, no, that's my question to anything.
What has Los Lotharios done to
warrant
warrant a match even on the main roster. They should be on main event.
I feel like I ate the leaf.
She ate the leaf? What?
I don't know. Oh, the back to being Tanuki.
Gotcha.
Tegan Knox and Liv.
So see, we're getting predictions to matches that aren't already happening. But so I guess, so those to me would be two solid female tag teams that you could have in a women's tag team division. Shout out. I see you. But if you actually put a focus and gave some sort of vision towards the main roster women's tag titles, Ronda and Shayna's a good shout. Tegan and Liv's a good shout. Maybe Raquel and Shotzi. There's a couple good shouts that you could make work there.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I agree. I mean, and I actually think that Liv does better playing off somebody. Like when she shows up with Tegan there, she had a better.
Is Tegan playing the role of Ruby Soho at this point? I feel a little bit because you've already got Valhalla, you've got Sarah Logan back with the company, you've got Liv, who's now been prominent to the point to where she become a champion, and meanwhile Ruby's just over there with a broken nose, like, God damn it, I left at the wrong time.
Not again,
right?
No, but I mean, do you find it funny that other wrestlers have come out and spoke about Sarah Logan looking very much like him? Like, I know we've said it, and other people were like defended that no, it's more of a Viking, not more of fucking an apocalyptic Mad Max thing. But then other wrestlers have come out and been like, they know each other. What the fuck? Like
Vanilla Ice meets Queen. It's the difference between dun, 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 dun,
Are we gonna get the Suge Knight moment? That's the question. Is someone gonna get hung from a balcony?
Just you can't play ignorant at this point.
I think you have two choices if you're WWE. One, you ask Sarah to change a little, keep being Valhalla, but I don't know why she could just been Sarah.
That's another question, but go ahead.
Sounds like a Vince move. Was Bruce in charge for a day?
Well, I was about to say, and I'll let you finish your point. I think if you were about to say of either Roman Reigns returns next week, by the way, but I think you're about to say of either she changes slightly or you just grin and bear it and you just say, fuck you, have a nice day, and you just keep going about your merry way. Really?
The other option I think they should explore is ring, hey, Max, we realize you look a lot like what we just did. You look, I understand. You know what? We weren't thinking. Why don't you come be your tag team partner? And we'll pay you. You can forgive us, right? Click.
We'll pay you more money. Speaking of the Viking Raiders and Valhalla and all of that, the Hot Topic Raiders. But I was about to ask of which is the dumber name change, Valhalla or Big Billy over in AEW that we're going to see on Rampage instead of W. Morrissey, Big Cass, Cassix, what have you. We got Big Billy.
Big Bad Billy.
Why? I can halfway get behind the Hot Topic Raiders. They still do a little
where did
bit
she
look
come
like
from? Whoa, pause. Am I
the
on
smoke, the cloud?
I didn't see her at all, and then I saw her, and I was like, shit.
You see the antlers. It's like what you haven't been hunting, sir. You look for the antlers first.
It's too funny. I was about to make fun I was about to pop wise about this one, Larry. I was like, I want his vitamins. And then I look back and Sarah appears from out of nowhere. And I guess I'd keep that joke to myself now.
Right. Well, it's one of those of who has the better antlers in professional wrestling right now, Malachi Black or Valhalla?
Ooh, solid question.
The fact that that's a solid question, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
They're very similar. Right now. I kind of like Malachi Black's better.
Well, they're more Nordic more Nordic pagan. This is just the Vikings off the History Channel on USA Network.
I could live without the feathers. No offense to feathers.
I like how we're getting that fucking nitpicky of like, I don't mind the deer antlers, but fuck off with them feathers.
I mean, well, it's a Viking Raiders. I mean, this is a good match.
Fucking Vikings, my guy.
I don't know what else to talk about. I still don't think they need to come out with the shields.
Let's go there versus how shit she looks.
Can't they just come out without the shields?
No, because we need to sell them goddamn accessories.
We'll get those.
We need to sell them action figures. Elite Series, whatever the fuck number right now coming out with the Viking Raiders with the shields instead of the previous edition without the shields.
Right.
It's like the Shark Tank match or the Shark Cage match of how that always show up when they're putting out a play set.
Right.
But so we right now got
the Viking, by the way. What do you say?
I was about to say we've got the Viking Raiders, the Hot Topic Raiders, the Viking Experience, War Machine, whatever name you decide to call them, versus Legado del Fantasma right now. So give us your predictions.
And Zelina looking like $1 million, speaking of Mr. Black. I like the Viking Raiders.
At least someone does.
I like the Viking Raiders. I'm with you, Scott. Don't let them disparage you.
No, let me just teach you. Let's sit under the tree of wisdom.
The tree of woe.
The tree of woe. Oh no, you don't want to get hung up in the tree of woe. Pause. Hit row. This is where we get the hit row interruption because we're setting up to the Viking Raiders versus hit row because
they're coming out from the back. Yeah, they're coming out from the back for sure. How come you never?
B-Fab's going to sit out there with a chair, so we're just going to watch.
Okay. Interesting choice.
So we needed the pomp and circumstance. We needed the
there we go.
Entrance video to announce that you're going to come out and watch. Well.
Did you notice the horrible reaction for Hit Row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we even when they returned, we had even guys like Vic and everything in the chat calling them Skid Row and all of that. So
yeah, we got some haters.
Hit Row, yeah, couple haters.
Right. So we did not get a winner, folks. If you're keeping track at home, nobody gets a point.
We barely got a bell ring, but I will say this: you should make sure that you ring the bell. And hit that notification button because we show up when the show is out and show off when the show is out because that's what the show is about. We're here for anything and everything when it comes to professional wrestling. We're here back tomorrow for the mega stream, the Megazord, Gojira come to life as a professional wrestling stream, I guess, of here covering Ring of Honor Final Battle, what? NXT Deadline, what? Might be here for XPW Merry Christmas, what? Might be here for UFC 282. What?
Might be here on Christmas. What?
Merry Christmas. And, never mind. I was about to say some things.
Fake Jordans. Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Knockoffs. Oh,
DQ, no Q. No Q.
It's like instead of wearing polo, you're wearing US Polo or Polo Assassin, Polo Association.
Uh-oh. We got LA Knight wandering around the hallways. That's never good.
But I've got right now, well, before I get there, I've got Hit Row right now laying out Legado del Fantasma and the Viking Raiders. So
yes.
Hit Row just showing up and laying out everybody.
When do you get? Let me know when you hit LA.
I got LA Knight right now, walking backstage.
So LA Knight's playing Jiggle the Door Handle. Pause. We found a T-shirt with a moth. All right, so is LA Knight going to get beat up 6 times? Question.
That's the why it's 6. You get your ass whooped 6 times. Stay here, get your ass whooped.
Oh, another mask.
Go and buy your moth shirts now at WWEshop.com.
All right, we got another mask.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got the cell phone and Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is what I feel with that one.
You think that was Alexa Bliss?
And short, round, and low to the ground. Why?
Fair enough. This acting badly misses Swerve. This act badly misses. Okay. All right. Yeah, Swerve. They need a Swerve. Maybe a Carmelo Hayes.
Again, though, it's almost like how we've talked about how Legado is, how Escobar is doing Andrade better than Andrade. Like, Carmelo's doing way better than anything Skid Row, Hit Row, Shit Row, what have you is doing.
You think Hit Row would pull him down?
100%. And the same thing with Swerve. I think the whole feud with Swerve and Glory and Shane Taylor Promotions and everything, that's a match I'm super looking forward to tomorrow, because it's even, we had even our, our brother from another mother, CJ there, shout out, talking about, wait, no, how are they still a team? We didn't think they were still a team.
Right.
There's layers.
There's layers like an onion.
Right. Ogres have layers.
Onions have layers.
Onions have layers. Pigs have layers.
Funny. Brooklyn kind of saying what we were joking about. I mean, listen, Swerve went public and said, I was asked about WWE. I said, speak to my lawyers. So, I mean, my assumption is he's pretty steadfast where he is. Now, things change.
Got wrestler revolver 100%. He gets to do what the fuck he wants. When
that's a valid point. There are people that will see value in staying. This is not like a complete slam dunk. Like
this isn't. He just says, "Oh, you want to come back? Okay, well, sure, yes." Papa Paul. No, there's a lot of people that now have established and got that taste of, this is what I can do on the independent scene. That's why we've been very hesitant on the idea of Matt Cardona or Chelsea Green going back to WWE, because of what they've established on the independent scene.
Around how much do you make on the indie this year? Oh, that much? We'll give you triple.
So WWE just becomes the Yankees? You're speaking my language, my guy.
They've always been the Yankees.
Yes, that is true.
They've always been the Yankees, my friend. You think about it. Oh, wait. Was this some nerdy guy's going to start a wrestling? Who's he trying to sign? Oh, Trips. Go get them all. That's what happened. Right?
I know my father-in-law released you like a fucking idiot, but just tell the Mark there that you want to come back and train your son. I'm sure he'll believe it 100%. Just tell him you want to come back and train your son, even though we've done fuck and all with him on NXT, but just tell him you want to come back here, and fine. If you don't need to be on TV, that's fine. 100%. We're about to launch NXT Europe. 100%. You're fine.
Look at Cliff. Makes me sad you're comparing. They are the Yankees. They are.
It's better than being the Mets, Cliff. Love you, bud.
They are
shout out again.
Empire. And right now,
shout out to all the members there that aren't here with us tonight.
AEW is turning into the Mets real quick.
What you talking about, bro? But yes, shout out Cliff, shout out Ashley, shout out CJ.
Oh, number one dad,
the fam from another man.
They brought his kid.
Jason Jordan's there. What?
Jason Jordan in the house. He gives him a number one dad card.
I fucking joked, and 100% they delivered.
Now, how do you
with the macaroni picture too? With the macaroni picture,
right? That's hilarious. Wow. All right. So here's my question, Nick. Ultimately, how do we feel the fact that Gable Stevenson all of a sudden reappears at the side of Kurt Angle? What if that's an ongoing thing?
I said I think a bit of this while we're on a pause for the cause, what have you, and everything. As we've got the great Irish wrestler, the greatest Irish wrestler known to man, Rick O'Shea, coming out right now. But I don't mind that whole concept at all. 100%. I think that works. I think that's honestly where I think they wanted Gable Stevenson to go for the longest time. We saw they should have done that with Chad Gable. And Kurt still wants to be involved in professional wrestling. He obviously can't go in the ring. I don't know why under Vince they had that kind of excommunication. But I feel like now under Hunter, maybe we get Kurt as a little bit of just kind of a mouthpiece of a little goofy guy that is backstage. He sets the matches up for Alpha Academy, or he's the guy that kind of lights the way for a guy like Gable Stevenson, what have you.
Right. Interesting.
Right. Tell me you didn't just say that. Tell me you didn't just say that.
Right. Now, the thing about Booker is interesting. I mean, I'm not overly thrilled about it. I'm not like, oh my God, this can be so cool. I don't know.
He could still go. It's one of those bookers, one of those guys that went for so long past when you thought he was really going to go. Just at this point, especially if Dustin is retiring in 2023, give me a Booker T Goldust reunion at some point.
I'm down, dude.
100%. And all of us of a certain vintage will fucking mark out for that.
I told you, I want Marlena, I want Dustin, I want the works, I want it all together. One more time, let's go.
You want him there like he just got electrocuted, like,
Some of these comments are cracking me up, though. WCW was, in fact, the Atlanta Braves. That's fair shout.
Fair. 100%. You know, people who have been here for a hot minute know my feeling on WCW.
Right. Imperium coming out, by the way.
But 100% that's a perfect fit because you know, good old Teddy Boy owned both of them.
You know what? And it's funny. I know I'm jumping sports, but if we're going to keep it in New York, WCW was more like the Rangers, where they spent a shit ton of money but never made anything out of it.
Fair enough. I mean, we did.
But if you want to go back to baseball,
had Messier. We had Gretzky at one point.
They had their moment, but I mean, since then, you know, the same old shit.
We wasted the entire career of Lundqvist. So
yeah, that's my point. But I mean, baseball wise, I'm trying to think who spends a shit ton of money and never wins. Give me one. Fans.
Dodgers. Dodgers a little bit of late.
Yeah.
The Angels.
Angels is a good show. Dodgers is not a bad one. So yeah.
JV is saying WCW were the Yankees, if anything. No, sir. Don't be mad just because you like the Jets and I like the Bills. Love you, bud. But
AEW is actually the Toronto Blue Jays, where nobody expects anything from them, but they might surprise you once in a while.
Well, there was a period to where the Yankees were a little bit of that. If we just spent a buttload of money on people that just didn't amount to a whole lot of nothing. But we're right now, folks, for those back to the wrestling outside of the baseball talk and what have you. We've got the contract signing setting up between Ricochet and Gunther.
These guys work on double.
So if the New Day is going to be Ricochet's like security, then I will second guess my pick there.
Oh, that's a good point. Wow, could Gunther lose to Ricochet?
Ricochet.
I'm still deciding. I say this every time. I haven't decided fully on Xavier's mustache yet. I don't have an opinion yet. I'm working on it. Phillies. Someone said Phillies. Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny's saying go Phillies. Yes. Okay. That's recency bias there. Recency bias.
I like it though. Spend a shit ton of money for nothing.
That's the way you wanted to go with it. I was thinking because they just won the World Series. But if you're gonna go,
I was more thinking like
a bunch of money for fucking nothing.
I was trying to just fucking blow their wad and never win the championship, but they're like, that's where I was going with that shit.
New Day with Ricochet. Cliff said so we're going back into the baseball talk here. The Mets, of course, could spend lots of money, haven't found anything, i.e. Bobby Bonilla contract worst in history. Yes, that is still the funniest thing when it comes to professional sports in the USA. I don't know as far as Canada. But the fact that Bobby Bonilla, I think he still has a contract that he still gets paid annually by the Mets until like 30 something or whatever. Yeah.
No,
that shows you the differences in organizations. That tells you the difference in management. Example, WWE versus AEW, to where Tony's gone on record recently of saying how he was a Nitro fan. Of like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, based on his age, based on Tony's age, I expect him to be a Nitro fan and a Raw fan. It was the height of the Monday Night Wars, and I know the irony of consistently calling his brand WCW behind his back for him to come out and go, yeah. But then you think about it, Monday Nitro, Wednesday.
I get it. I laugh when you said that because initially what I was almost about to say is, I told you, motherfucker.
Right? But I mean, this is an ongoing thing. Like I always say, no offense to Mr. Tony Khan. Sure, he's a lovely fellow.
All of the offense.
But the fact is,
all of the offense.
Prior to AEW, anyone here had the exact same credibility on a resume to run a wrestling company.
Right.
So that's it. So yeah, he's basing it on, and I think that's the criticism, is he's basing it on what he thinks is cool and fun, and it's hurting the product.
Right. Two things real quick. I want to touch on JV of this again. Shout out Jason David Frank. Absolutely. As you've seen on this channel before, even, we've talked about it multiple times. All of that.
Boys are rocking green and white, right?
We're all White Ranger and Green Ranger, but 100% we're mental health advocates, everything. Even beyond just telling people about us. Just be a friend, tell a friend. You don't know what somebody's going through. But I also wanted to shout out of how we had the what chants going on, and you were talking right through them. DeMarcus saying Xavier Woods got that soul glow look. See, DeMarcus, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't want to say it. So great minds think alike. Born and bred in Philly, I know heartache. Yeah, that comes with being born and bred in Philly, just Philly. I mean, you got the Eagles right now, so shut the fuck up.
I grew up a Toronto sports fan. The Maple Leafs have been shit in the
the
60s. I mean, the Blue Jays have had their moment, but we just had a historic shitting of the bed.
You must hate the number 7.
A lot of times, yes. We're throwing furniture.
Ricochet and Gunther going out as Gunther just picks up the table and throws it. Ricochet's like, I can do that too, and throws the chair.
Right. And some random dude just picked up the trophy and took off.
What's his name? Shane McMahon. Why?
6-man tag? Yeah, right. Bring back Shane.
No, don't do that. I 100% feel a 6-man tag. Can Adam Pearce make himself ref?
Why would he do that?
Adam Pearce was people forget he was about to be in a Universal title match with Roman Reigns. So Adam Pearce can do a whole lot of shit.
I mean, once upon a time. Oh, now we're getting a little pose off. But why would Adam Pearce make himself ref?
Right. Yeah. And Michael Cole's pointing out how Little Nate's there, Charles Robinson's in the ring. So I feel like we're 100% setting up to a 6.
Here we go. Look, nobody even said shit. They just got in position.
Right.
That's how it was done.
Form position. All right. Form position of sponsored pause for the cause. And
yeah, thank you. All right, folks. Nick is leaving me with a 6-man tag on the screen right now. We have Imperium. We have the New Day and Ricochet. Get your predictions in. Impromptu match just on the fly. I imagine we're going to get a commercial momentarily. But right now I got Ricochet and Ludwig putting on a bit of a show. This is good shit. New Day rocks. No, they don't. All right, quickly. Well, the New Day's on screen, being that we didn't expect them, like we didn't expect them on Tuesday. Who are you guys taking? New Day or Pretty Deadly on at Deadline tomorrow on the pay-per-view? There we go. Pulled it in. Ricochet working with Xavier. There you go. Some tandem offense and 2 count on Ludwig. Xavier Woods looks like Rick James. I like it. New Days, multiple. Imperium for the win, says Damien. New Day for the win. New Day team. I get you. Really, eh? Yeah, I'll go with you. Let's say New Day. I'll agree with my buddy Dale. Let's do that. Imperium, New Day, Ilya Kovalchuk. That's still one of the best ones ever. Let's circumvent the entire plan. No. Big money. Imperium for the win. Look, we were getting some counter all day. New Day all day. What else we got? Up, down, down versus the video game Grumps. I got team up, down, down. Not bad shout. Smile. I like that. All right, matches. All right, not bad. Fabian Eichner laying boots to Xavier Woods. Giovanni. What is W. Morrissey's new ring name in AEW? I think he's still W. Morrissey. We're calling him Big Bill. Big Billy. And now we're in a commercial break. So, folks, I will take this commercial break to remind everybody we are doing a watch-along live stream, watch party, whatever you want to call it. We are doing your alternative commentary for tonight's show. Right after SmackDown, we will have Rampage. Now, we got a 6-man tag going on right now. If you haven't made a prediction, get your predictions in. Let us know who you think is going to win this match. If you're feeling lazy, you can just go R for Ricochet and G for Gunther. There you go, if you're feeling lazy. But get your predictions in. We are here all night long, and that's not enough. Why do one night when you can do two? So tomorrow, folks, we will be back 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Time. I don't know what part of the clock we're on, but we will be here tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. Mark it in your calendars. Click that little bell for a reminder. We are going on a mega stream adventure. We don't know how long it's going to go. I don't know where it's going to take us. We know when it's going to start, and we know we're going to watch Ring of Honor Final Battle. We know we're going to watch NXT Deadline. We know we're probably going to stick around. There's some events on Saturday night, like Nick mentioned. We might have some XPW kicking on. We might have some UFC. So tune in, folks. Strap in, strap on. Get all your party favors. Sit down in front of whatever screen you watch us on or listen to us on and enjoy the show. But tell everybody you know. We want to blow up this stream. We want to blow up the channel. As a lot of you know, we've recently hit a milestone and we continue to grow. We're having a ton of fun doing this. So thank you for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and if you ever want to do us a solid, just share the link. We would greatly appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. I'm bordering on pandering, but no, I'm kidding, folks. But we appreciate you all for spending your Friday night here with us. I will remind you, we do have the New Day with Ricochet up against the Imperium. I'll go for the New Day Ricochet upset win here. It might give you a chance to kind of build. Oh, well, maybe Ricochet could beat Gunther, but I doubt that's happening anytime soon. W. Morrissey, new name is Thumbs Down. There you go. Rumors are Sasha Banks and Kairi Sane on July 4th, and rumors are AEW might be signing Sasha Banks as well. Yes. Now, it's been long rumored that possibly. Is it possible that Sasha looks at the WWE women's roster and goes, if I go back there, I'm going to have to scratch and claw. And in previous history, Charlotte's been booked better than me. Becky's been booked better than me. Bayley's been booked better than me. What if I can't overcome the likes of that? Not to mention Belair. Then you have, Rhea Ripley in the mix, Alexa in the mix. Maybe it is better for Sasha Banks if she can be booked properly to go to AEW. Now, I also don't dismiss the fact of her. People are connecting the fact that she's going to a New Japan show, so that must connect her to AEW. But that's not necessarily true. She could do this New Japan show, and maybe it still has some ties to the WWE in some way, shape, or form. We don't know. Time will tell, but I don't think I'm far off with saying that there is a chance that it might be better for Sasha to go to AEW. That being said, Sasha, Kairi Sane should be an excellent match. I'm all for it. So, yeah, we're back to the action, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I think New Day is there to see if PD is ready for the main roster, and PD debuts Monday after Royal Rumble. It's possible. But it also could be just a case of, I think Pretty Deadly's had trouble getting over. I don't think they're that over. and maybe giving them a legitimate contender, somebody that's talented, that if they find a way to beat them and keep their belts, it gives them a little more validity as the NXT champions. But I mean, not a bad show, Kenny. It's definitely, I think we're saying the same thing. The only thing I'm not sure about is getting them up to the main roster super quick. But you never know. Oh, Gunther laying out Ricochet with the big boot who's on the apron. And he is all over Xavier Woods for the 2 count. So here we go. What else we got here in the chat, folks? Keep it coming. Keep it live. Keep it fun. Keep it positive. And right now, Ludwig is got Woods locked up. Man, I wish Xavier Woods would write a book. Man, that book would be such an interesting read. That man can sure put pen to paper. That's really good. That was that's really funny, JV. But I'm going to try and take the high road because I'm on live. No, that's well played, sir. I don't know what I just clicked. New Day will win the NXT titles tomorrow. DeMarcus, crazy. I think Nick took the New Day as well. I mean, it's a bit of a shout, but it could happen. I mean, there's no reason why they couldn't win. It's not a bad idea. It really isn't. Again, we've seen them over and over and over on SmackDown and on Raw, year in and year out, fighting kind of the same teams over and over. It's not a bad idea. Especially if you have an up-and-coming heel tag team to run them down. It might work even better. I'm not exactly saying it could be them. I'm not sure if it's my favorite choice, but an example would be somebody like Schism. If we can get the grizzled young vets in a really good match and have kind of the darkness of Joe Gacy and crew against the brightness of the New Day, might work. PD for the win. Interesting. Bayley and Sasha Banks reunited on December 14th. Bayley charity live stream. There you go. Sasha also went to a basketball game, or was at least at the same basketball game as Jade. So who knows, Chris? Who knows? Ludwig has Xavier up on the turnbuckle, but Xavier fights his way out of it. Manages to get himself off the turnbuckle. Setting up on the top. Big drop kick by Xavier down Ludwig, and both men looking for a tag quick. Wasn't the prettiest looking drop kick I've ever seen. Xavier with a hot tag. Aichner runs in to only get chopped. And Kingston on fire. Big drop kick. Kofi off the ropes. Up over. Aichner flips. Wow. Kofi out of the way with the kick. And up top he goes. Huge crossbody. Gacy. Yeah, there you go. The New Day wins tomorrow. Who's the heel team? Gacy. Yeah, there you go, Kenny. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning. Creed Brothers. Not bad. I don't know where they're going to go with the Creed Brothers story yet. But, yeah, maybe. The Creed Brothers have continually surprised me. They're extremely strong in the ring. Oh, Kofi slides out, trips Aichner. Goes for, Ludwig grabs his foot, and Aichner takes him down. Huge European uppercut. And Kofi is down. Up over the table. The announcer's jumping out of the way. Except Cole, he just kind of threw his hands up like a wavy, wacky, inflatable dude. Sasha really has nothing left to prove in WWE. I'd beg to differ, Smile. I think at times, I mean, remember the story on Sasha for so long was she never defended her title. She would get it, she'd win it, lose it, win it, lose it, win it, lose it. Sasha coming back and really being dominant and sitting at the top of the division for an extensive period of time, I think that she still has that in her. However, she's had both belts. She's, main evented WrestleMania. I mean, I'm not completely disagreeing with you in the sense of AEW might be a good fit. She becomes a gigantic fish in a very small pond. And she does bring some validity to Sasha, to that division. If it starts twirling around there, next week it's going to be Britt Baker and Sasha, or Hayter and Sasha, or Jade and Sasha. People are going to tune in. You're going to get some eyes with that one. Pretty Deadly are a low-level fashion police. Yeah, I think so. Pretty Deadly have to go away. If they went to the main roster, they'd be stooges. Yeah, Nick keeps saying put them in the Maximum Male Models, change their names to something with M's, but you can just call them Eminem. But I think somebody already did that. Copyright infringement. But yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, I think it's like we've seen it. It's nothing special. It doesn't really move the needle in any direction. They don't overly annoy me. I'm not like, oh, it's just they're there. They don't really elicit anything. They're not really accomplishing anything from a heel perspective, especially. Their in-ring work is okay. I don't think I watched them like, oh my God, you got to see this tag team. So I don't know. I don't think being promoted to the main roster is the answer. I'm back in commercial, by the way, if everybody's following along at home. Triple H books Sasha Banks better than anyone. That I know in the wrestling business, and Tony Khan wouldn't book her very well. It's a great idea for Sasha to go back to WWE. Valid argument. Damien, you're not wrong for having this opinion. You can't be wrong for having this opinion. At the end of the day, she could go back to the WWE for the very reason that you just explained. There are concerns that Sasha Banks joins AEW and, 7 months from now, she's doing dark matches and everybody's confused. So I don't know. At the end of the day, there is an opportunity for her to decide how she wants to play this out. Where does she want to go? I think overall, there's better opportunities. She wants to make this step into Hollywood. She's already appeared on things. To me, the WWE is a better conduit, a better avenue for those opportunities, in my humble opinion. Bailey and Sasha Banks reunited. Got that one. All jokes aside, Woods would book an interesting, good read. TNA working his way to WWE, how he's given a crap gimmick and then turned it into gold. Listen, I've liked Xavier for quite a while. I mean, I thought he was good in TNA. He's athletic. He's not a bad wrestler. He's a great character. I think he's an outstanding heel. Like, when he's a heel, you fucking hate that guy. You want to jump the railing and choke Xavier Woods when he's a heel. So maybe it's just time that the New Day feel different or look different, or they break up, or they take a pause. Ricochet and Gunther get tags. Not exactly hot tags, but we're exchanging. Gunther says, get off my window, you fly. If New Day wins tomorrow, who's the heel team? We got that one. Sasha Banks is better than AEW. There's no need for her to go there. Sometimes you want to be the leader of the ship instead of just another person swabbing the deck. You know what I mean? And I think there's a pause in there somewhere. Nick, I need a pause verification. Take my money. I agree. Sasha Banks versus Paige. Paige needs to shake off some of that rust. She didn't exactly tear it down with Britt. So let's give her some leeway. It's been a minute, but we need to see a little more from Paige. Wow. Ricochet dodges up and takes his own shot. Gunther's got him up. Back down for Ricochet. Sliding down the back. Nope. Another powerful chop. Oh! Reversal into a sunset bomb. Sunset flip bomb. Ricochet just hold on to his chest. Pops out under a big boot and jumps up and lands a kick. This Monday night, Raw, Bayley, and Alexa Bliss rivalry continues. We'll see. We'll see, Chris. Interesting things happening with Alexa right now. Oh! Tornado DDT. Consequences. Oh, Kingston jumps over the midnight hour to grab to hit Ludwig. Vici got him up. Oh! Rolling senton into a moonsault off a blind tag. And here we go. Oh no, Kofi reversal. Hurricane Rana. Shit, Ricochet to the top. Hurricane Rana of his own. Springboard drop kick into Gunther. Ricochet on fire, folks. What? You're not wrong. You're not right. This match is incredible. It's been good. It's been good. We've had a couple longer matches tonight. Ricochet to the top. Shooting star press with a 7-year itch, as it always will be to me. And a 3 count. I think a lot of us called the New Day and Ricochet picking up the W. And Gunther's title. Gunther, watch your back. Rick O'Shea with the luck of the Irish coming your way.
Oh, Wrestling for Life Network. Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your winners of this 6-man tag match. The New Day and Rick O'Shea.
The New Day and Rick O'Shea.
Hey, what do you say? We'll play with some hay. Maybe down by the bay. Maybe make some clay.
This match is a banger. Wasn't bad at all, folks.
It's funny that you say it's a banger when the Brutes had a match earlier and no one said that.
No one said it. No.
So next week, we're getting the Intercontinental title match between Gunther and Rick O'Shea.
Yes. So, Ricochet picks up a big W tonight, gives him some momentum hanging, sending him into the title match. To lose. Yo, who was in the doorway there? Who is that? Yo, who was that in the doorway?
I see it, but it looks like fucking Swerve. Otis with the tape on, the strap-on ties there. Making sure they're on the list for.
You're not invited. You're not invited, of course. Yo, was that like Bray Wyatt standing in the doorway? Like, who was that in the doorway?
No, that looked like Swerve, 100%.
Shit.
He's just teasing now.
Come on, IWC or ICW or whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves today.
Fact checkers.
Start
us know.
Who was in the door?
The Twitters, the Instagrams, everything's floating around at the bottom there.
Who's gonna shag up this birthday celebration?
Do you want me to answer that legitimately, or do you want me to answer that?
I prefer a legitimate answer if I could get it.
Well, I was gonna say, as soon as you said shag, I was thinking, I was like, okay, so Karen Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett, but
wow, fair enough.
Hey, you said it. I didn't say shit.
Cheers,
followed your lead.
Happy Friday to you.
Juice.
Man, everything I see is Shooting Star Press. It reminds me of Mania 19. Why? I blocked that out of my brain.
Where Lesnar was that close.
God, that close. Like, I mean, that is so much beef coming down on your neck. Oh, pause.
Pause all the way. Pause all the way.
I heard it after I said it.
That man would have hit that. Holy, like it still would have been replayed on, I feel like, almost as much just to see someone like Brock Lesnar hit a shooting star press. But now it's replayed just because the man spiked himself into the ring mat.
Right? It should be the fucking Robaxaset commercial. Like literally, it was one of those things where as he did it, everybody in the world was like, no, because you saw him.
No, it's just
no. Don't do it.
Holy shit. I didn't know a human being could do that of that size.
Gable versus Gable. Dun, dun, dun.
Hot Gable on Gable action. What?
Pardon?
Accusations.
Who do you think is the next for the Usos, KJ and Nick?
See, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I got you right there.
Yeah, shit. That was a good answer. Quick, too. Fuck. Is it too soon?
The men who are going to lose to the Briscoes because they're not going to get a 3-0 shout out.
Hey, question
on the Briscoes.
Question for everybody. I was pondering this today. Vitamin thoughts with KJ. Tag team dog collar match. Are all four men chained together? Like all the chain meets in the middle? Or is it two?
Hot 2-on-2 men-on-men action. Pause.
Dude, where is your mindset today? We've lost him.
You don't want to know.
He's in the gutter more than a bowling ball, folks.
Right.
So we can see Gable versus Gable. We're back to that.
Right.
I mean, good. I mean, Gable might be upset, so they have right to come out and interrupt. Or it's going to be one of those things where Gable and Otis come out and
the Gun Boys come out and just say, Chad Gable wants to challenge you in a match.
Right. FTR will stay in AEW. Wrong answer. Ruby Riott by the door, missing WWE.
Right. 100%. Well, and I've seen some people say about FTR of they do like that they can do the international bookings and what have you. And I know you talked about it a little bit with like Sasha at least attending New Japan or Wrestle Kingdom 17 and everything. Right. But I feel like New Japan's just playing, the capper seat here of we're kind of working with WWE. We're kind of working with AEW.
Yeah. Right. You two want to fight with
got Carl Anderson showing up for a match. And hey, by the way, we're going to have, Forbidden Door and everything happen with AEW.
So everybody thought about it one way, and I've listened to a lot of opinions. I've read a lot of opinions. I've seen some opinions here tonight about Sasha possibly going anywhere. But also part of me has the thought of, oh, shit, maybe that means she debuts somewhere prior to that date or re-debuts because we saw it with like Moxley. We knew Moxley was going to be at GCW, I think it was. Right. And we knew there was no fucking way he was returning to action in GCW. So is there potential that her return to the ring in one of the two companies could be imminent? What happened there?
Hold on. We've got the Usos celebrating now. We've got Jay and Sammy splitting off.
Yo. Jay
said if you trimmed it a little bit. How you been leveling up?
Yo, he's going to give himself a fucking Uso haircut. He is going to look just like Jay Uso next week.
He's going to have the red hair dye in his hair.
And the little flip. Yeah, it's coming, my friend. My dog.
I'm still telling you, the greatest story, and trust me, the missus has seen me almost, run into a fucking door frame and all of that when Kofi won. We had the whole yes movement and all of that. I think the next big movement that you're going to see, and it's going to be that holy shit of just, even if it lasts for that night, because it probably will, and we've talked about, or at least it's been mentioned about Roman wrestling both nights.
No.
If you have Sami Zayn with at least a world title, holy shit.
Man, they're gonna give him an Usi makeover. It's gonna be funny as shit when he comes out with the same haircut and facial hair as Jey Uso.
Oosmaker, make me a match. Find me a find. Catch me a catch. Oos me a oos.
Wait, what the fuck?
Scarlett and Rey Mysterio backstage.
Do you know what that is? Man, someone's got to meme this shit. It's like when you're having an amazing dream and then you're not.
Right?
Oh.
Why is this man wearing a fucking raccoon on his coat?
He really looks like a pilot from 1955.
Right. But
I like it.
And so this is the best you can do for Karrion Kross. Sorry, Roman's booked up right now. Please try again later.
The truth's hurt.
Right. It's the number you've dialed is Rey Mysterio. Is that correct? No. I'm sorry. I heard yes. He's gonna just get his ass whooped by his own son and by Karrion Kross.
It's so funny though, because Kross just sits down and starts telling Rey a bedtime story. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm gonna tuck you in, my guy.
Man, when they flipped over the Rey Mysterio card in the fucking tarot deck, I was a little bummed out, man. Like, come on.
Was it just a question mark?
No, it was. Yeah, no.
It just said Ron Mastrio, Rey Mysterio.
Right. Now he's telling some story about her home country
But what the
Rey
fuck?
just got beat up by his child. Why would he be a suitable competition for this beast of a human being?
Right. Like I just said, you're just going off of the fact that Rey has a name.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, some random security showed up? The doctor gets security? What happened?
A day late and $1 short.
The fucking security that looks like they're on their fucking weekend leave.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Watch me.
Liv coming out to the ring right now. So we're getting a tag team match. So are we getting?
Yeah.
Yeah. The women's, we're getting Liv and Tegan versus Shayna and Rana.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we were gonna get Shotzi versus Shayna. So, and I still say Tegan Knox's theme music reminds me of a certain professional wrestler I don't want to mention.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I do get the whole. It's very much the Jeff Hardy with the purple, the yellow, all that.
Right.
Like, she's got the Jeff Hardy look going down. But we're getting a whole video package from Tegan of saying how, in all honesty, I'm not even supposed to be here right now. And I'm 100% excited that Tegan's back. I know I've kind of knocked her a little bit, but what we got back, you didn't expect of that to be Tegan. And a little bit even you expected her to come back in Wales, what have you. Kross has the Craven the Hunter jacket on. Yes, he does. Here we go. What? Do you think Karrion Kross is going to squash Rey Mysterio? Yes, 100% he's going to just choke and tap that man out easily. I heard Moss and Tio versus Scarlett and Kross feud. Not a bad shout. Well, it's WWE's been doing a lot, and granted they initially did it with the Seth and Becky thing to where we've got couples paired with couples and all of that. Like, I'm waiting for a Charlotte and Andrade. But so we're getting Liv and Tegan Knox versus Ronda and Shayna coming out of this commercial break. So let me know your prediction for this match, folks. I thought initially we were going to get, as you see right there, of Raquel versus Shotzi, but it looks like we're getting Liv and Tegan versus Shayna and Ronda, which, again, I feel like we talked about it, both would be more suitable competitors for the women's tag titles than what we have now. Got that one. Ronda and Shayna Baszler is what Damien's taking. What? Got Shayna Ronda. So everybody's taking Ronda and Shayna so far. Always vote with my girl Liv. Okay, Juice. So we've got, almost a 50-50 split. Ray will be crossed out tonight. Curtis, I like what you did there, but I still think we're setting that up to some weird. I mean, Christ, Ray sat there and played with a ping pong ball with some ketchup on it to look like he got his eye poked out. So I think Ray's up for doing the spooky stuff versus actually having a feud with his son. So I think that this is going to get a little bit spread out of, you're going to get Cross looking much more sinister, what have you, than just, he shows up and chokes out Ray in 2 seconds. Smile Mark even predicting the finish. Bazler taps Knox. Interesting. Liv and Tegan by DQ. Fair enough, DeMarcus. Tegan, says Mike. Scarlett over Sable. Well, that's not a fair comparison. Sable was not good, and Scarlett is good. So I'll leave it at that. Alexander, or Anthony, sorry. Nick, who do you think finally retired Rey Mysterio from in-ring competition? I don't want it to be Dominic. It has to be a bad guy. Well, it's interesting the way just that you spelt that. I feel like you're almost hinting towards Charlie Haas there with the way you spelt that. But as far as Rey retiring from in-ring competition, I don't know if you're going to get fully that moment of, the Rey Mysterio last match, what have you, because if there's a person that's always been never say never, it's Rey Mysterio. It's a guy who's come back from multiple knee injuries, what have you. If it's been a running gimmick of even with those "don't try this at home" videos of, my knee with Rey. So I don't think we're going to get like Ric Flair or anybody else. We're going to get a last, Rey Mysterio match, but I wouldn't be surprised if the last match that he has, and maybe that's what we're building for, is him versus Dom. Curtis taking Ron and Shayna. I'm afraid of Andrade and Flair. Andrade has lived up to Flair's accomplishments to the point that the WWE universe can start chanting Flair's husband or Charlotte's husband. I don't think so at all. I don't agree with that, JB. But tomorrow we're getting an advertisement for the World Cup. If you're interested, we're getting Morocco versus Portugal, and we're getting England versus France in the quarterfinals. Knox gets the W, says KJ. I want to see Cardonas versus Andrade and Charlotte in a mixed tag team match. I don't almost feel at this point. I know some people have hinted at it, and we had the little bit of cliffhangers of, I don't think the Cardonas are going back to WWE, as I'm getting another video package for Lacey Evans. And am I the only one that saw that Sergeant Slaughter's petitioning, to be the manager for Lacey Evans? So we're going to go full, military gimmick with Lacey Evans. When is Doudrop coming back? Good question. Better question is, when is Piper Niven coming back? They've even got on the video, special thanks to you as Department of Arm. Yeah. Cross looks like he can play Brad Arnold's stunt double. I'll take your word for it, sir. But so, what do you think of the Lacey Evans video package that we've gotten so far? This is what, maybe the fourth, fifth, sixth, gimmick that we've had for Lacey Evans. Of, is this finally what's working for her? Is this what's going to stick, or is this just, the newest and latest? Dale agrees with Damien. In a perfect world, Rey Mysterio retires in AAA versus Psychosis. Ronaldo versus Messi in the final. Perhaps. I still go Ronaldo via everybody, I guess. But Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis in the final, or for his last match. I don't know about that, JB. That's the little marquee. I could see Dom beating Rant Mania with Dom winning and taking over the Mysterio mask. That'd be cool. Lucha's Libre tradition style. Well, that was the whole thought of even before Dominic joined the Judgment Day, the House of Purple, what have you, of that. It was going to be him working towards he has to grab his own mask. He has to compete for his own mask, what have you. Versus now he takes the Mysterio mask and he becomes Mysterio Jr. But so give me your predictions right now, folks. We've got Ronda and Shayna versus Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox in a women's tag match. And right now I've got Tegan and Shayna mixing it up. Santos Escobar versus Ray is the match I want to see. I think a lot of people want to see that. G.I. Jane. Lacey Evans needs to go back to NXT. Not a bad show, DeMarcus. Rey Mysterio versus Edge, and they're both retirement. You do the double retirement. I always like that. I think Lacey Evans just needs to cut loose and go to AEW for a fresh start. Now, is that just because of you've seen her so much with what WWE's done of that you're kind of burnt down on it, or is that you really think that she could do better in AEW? Prince Mysterio. Yes, juice. If you take all no. Tegan with a big elbow to Shayna, and Tegan right now in control. And so I get it, it's still Tegan Nox, but it's still the Jeff Hardy hair, the kind of change a little bit of the gimmick, what have you, of it's hard to still view it as Tegan Nox of that's the girl I grew up of. You know, she had nothing but knee braces and a fandom for Kane in her heart. But now she looks like she's very much just the female Jeff Hardy as Ronda's talking shit. And again, shout out, I guess, Tegan. She's not wearing any knee braces or anything like that. As Ronda's talking trash to Liv. Does anyone still want to see a Liv versus Ronda feud? Does anyone want to really see a Tegan versus Ronda feud? We talked about what, Sasha might be doing coming up here and everything. Why are we not pushing hard for a Sasha versus Ronda feud versus another Liv versus Ronda feud or a Tegan versus Ronda feud? I'm kind of liking it that they might be playing up her military background even more. And if it's true that they're going to bring Sergeant Slaughter back, repackaging makes sense now. Fair enough, Anthony. Fair enough. Liv and Shayna in the ring right now. Big knee from Liv into the corner. If you take all of Lacey Evans' promos and mash them together, you got a shifty WWE straight to DVD movie. Not a bad shout. You probably got what the Marine 8, the Marine 7, what have you at this point, maybe Marine 9. I want to see Liv being back to hardcore title. Bring back the hardcore title belt and let it be exclusive to the women's division. Nah, you don't need it. I mean, we've already had the whole controversy, what have you, over the 24/7 title and with Dana Brooke and all of that. And that meant fucking all. As Raquel's coming out right now, getting held back by Adam Pearson a lot. So why is Raquel coming out here with a broken arm?
She hurt me. She's dead. Her family dead. I want her house burned to the ground.
My name is Raquel Rodriguez. You broke my arm. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
Shiniest of all the wizards.
I hate saying this.
His name is not Danoff. There's something about as Liv gets the pin.
Liv got the
on
W.
Shayna as Ronda's distracted with Raquel.
Wow, live with the W. I thought Nox would get the pin. She was responsible for the pin, and I love the finisher move name. The girl with the shiniest wizard. I like it. It's catchy.
All right. Well, and it's still interesting to see the way that she came back and all of that. But the SmackDown women's division, I feel, needs that little shot in the arm here. It needs that little bit of juice. It needs that little excitement.
Mm-hmm. But as pure baby faces, these two are fucking great.
As a tag team, yes, but we need actual singles competitors.
Yeah, but they can break off and be singles. That's the good part at the end of the day. All right, so Gable Stevenson offers to join Angle in the ring, and he says, "No, I got this." By the way, the Mr. and Mrs. Cap are here as well, if anybody's keeping track at home.
Oh, Natalia and Tyson Kidd?
What the fuck? I meant
Mr. and Mrs. Cat.
Cap, not cat. That's
I thought you said cat, so I was thinking cats of Natalia, with the cat ears and then Tyson Kidd.
That's funny. No, I was Cap, Mr. and Mrs. Madcap.
Oh, okay. Different bases. Yep, that's my name, Anthony.
Facts, VHS. What did VHS say? Shake my head. Nakamura, a man whose theme song was way more over than he was. That's not true.
Fuck you, Boogs.
No, the Boogs theme was dumb. I don't know how he ended up with Boogs.
It became just a Toyota Tundra commercial. But I still, though, you got chills every time you just saw a solo pianist or violinist, actually.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Right. Fuck you. Come out and start to do his theme and everything.
That was a premature pause, by the way.
Right. And even then, when they switched it up of, okay, now he's the heel, so he's being a heel, so he's going to change all the lyrics to Japanese, so, Americans can't sing along or what have you, and then people learn the Japanese lyrics. The man has an insane theme song. He had that banger of a match with Gunther that was Japanese strong style versus European strong style, and just kind of just floated in the wind since then.
No, I completely agree with that. And I mean, here's the thing about Shinsuke. He was more than that theme song. That theme song was excellent. The spotlight, the way they did it when he was first involved in NXT, then the main roster at WWE. I mean, it was outstanding and it was captivating. But however, he gave you bangers. Like, I mean, you introduced Shinsuke Nakamura onto the scene in one of the most prolific matches we've had in the last decade, where he steps in and takes on Sami Zayn and they burn it down legitimately.
Oh, 100%. You sat there and Christ, everybody with him versus AJ Styles, you were anticipating, it's going to be like Wrestle Kingdom, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, thanks to low blows, it wasn't. But you just the name of Shinsuke Nakamura incites that level of excitement.
Well, and keep in mind, the guy's a fucking rock star in Japan, right? Like, it makes the front page of the news when he decides to leave and come to America. Like, it's crazy. Rude's theme more over than rude. That's a close.
Oh, yes. No, I won't give in. I won't.
It was hugely over, and especially on the main roster. He was never booked.
Especially with Johnny Gargano and Ciampa singing in TikToks and Vines and everything. I was going to say, you're the man to defend this because you've been, fully on the Rude wagon.
I mean, we know Rude from his days in Impact, and he was outstanding there. And then he comes over to NXT, and I thought he was wicked. I thought the Bobby Roode era and what he brought to the table, he's phenomenal. He's a vet. But shit, man. No, he definitely had. I fucking completely lost my fucking thought.
No, you're good. Well, and we've seen that he's going to be coming back at least at some point to SmackDown. But we're getting advertised for next week. We're getting Roman Reigns coming back, the reigning, defending, undisputed tribal chief It will be back on SmackDown, and we're getting Rick O'Shea versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title, and we're getting Liv and Tegan, because there's so few main roster women's tag teams that you literally just have to win a match and you get a tag title shot.
Right? Well, here's the thing, Nick. Next week, SmackDown stacking.
Oh,
stacking triple threat.
Welcome to How You Book 101. Now we've also even got Hit Row versus the Viking Raiders versus Legado. All at the same time. Triple threat qualifier match, I believe, next week as well. You suck.
Doesn't Kurt look so... I don't want to say, but he just looks frail.
You were going to say frail. That's what you were going to say. Is frail.
Yeah. Like, doesn't he just? It's crazy.
Well, the man's getting up there.
It's so crazy. I'm getting old, man.
Well, and the man did win an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. It's true. It's damn true.
That, like the fucking Guinness World Book of Records for how many times a man can break his neck and keep walking. Fucking outstanding.
How many necks does Kurt Angle have?
Well,
he's like a shark. He breaks one and the next one forms over there.
What is your neck made out of, sir?
Titanium.
Well, it's like yeah. Except very.
Even the cake says it's true. It's damn true.
Yo, that cake is fucking dope.
I want a slice of cake. I'm a fat kid. Shush!
One line in. So we know Gable's going into the cake, right?
Otis is a hefty boy. Otis is going after that cake.
And Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks is here.
But shush!
Alvin and Theodore. What the fuck? You shush. Well, Nick's going to take a sponsored pause for the cause. Right now, we got Kurt Angle in the ring trying to have a celebration. He got about one sentence out of his mouth, and he got shushed. So the Alpha Academy here, like I said, we got Alvin and Theodore. We're just missing Simon. And that's the gimmick I think they should run. They need a Simon. And then they can be the fucking Chipmunks. Frail. Yeah, I don't want to say it, though. This guy, to me, Kurt's a legend. And I don't think I'm... Oh. This man. Shush. So Gable Stevenson is going to angle slam somebody into the cake. Oh, so Gable letting him know that he really does suck. What's up, Trey? How you doing? What? Yeah, exactly. What? So Alpha Academy have come into the ring, and Kurt's not looking very happy. Are you going to stream Nakamura versus Great Muda's second last match of Wrestling Noah? Damien, let us check the calendar on that one. We'll get back to you. We'll try. It all depends on how everything else lines up, but that would be something we would like to tune into. Easy for me to say. Eat the cake. Point. Anthony says, KJ, when Rey Mysterio decides to retire in the ring competition, do you think he's going to like an Undertaker where he takes off the mask and his boots? No, I think his son is going to beat him in his last ever match. Dominic's going to beat him, and Dominic's going to take his mask. I think Dominic is going to inherit the mask, whether he wears it or not. He might do like Andrade and wear it to... Oh, Kurt Angle just leaving his own party. It's my part. Otis is eating the cake. Hey, Kurt, I'm eating your gold medal. Kurt Angle heading away, looking very upset. Ah! He's got a milk truck. If you're going to eat all that cake, you're going to need some milk. Pause on that one, folks. Gable Steveson coming out. I keep calling him Stevenson. It just feels natural. But Gable Steveson coming out with the milkman. Pause. But yes, Kurt Angle letting everyone know. There we go. Just when you thought Kurt was heading home with his tail between his legs, it's his party. Oh, we didn't have hoses, so we're just going to whip milk at them. Oh, they didn't have hoses. We're just getting the chucking of the milk bottles. Oh, Otis eats one in the face. In the face. Boo. It is a little underwhelming. A little. Oh, wait! They got more surprises. All right, I take it back. Got milk. He is totally spraying the announcers. Just for the record, it is pretty cool. I mean, Gable Steveson is on SmackDown. Let's not overlook that fact. One of the, thought to be one of the blue chip prospects for the WWE is on WWE TV with a legend, with a Hall of Famer, with one of the GOATs. All right, so I was shit talking, but I got some hose. Otis having a flashback of I'm leaving that up for a second, Larry. Right. All right. A feel good send off on a Friday night. Did not realize. Yeah, that's the main event, and I'm okay with it. I'm always very critical of shows ending on a segment, but I'm okay with this one. There's a feel good, happy birthday, Kurt Angle. It's not the Vince era, so the wrestler didn't get beat up on his birthday in his hometown, had to kiss someone's ass or something. But folks, I'm going to let everyone know right now, it is the top of the hour. We are going to switch over to AEW Rampage. Don't go anywhere. We're going to hit the little intro video. We'll cue that up. We're going to do a quick flip of how the picture be looking, and we will be right back, folks. Do not go anywhere. And as we switch over, get your ratings. Out of 10, how did you feel about SmackDown? I see about 30-plus people here right now. I want to see 30 numbers out of 10 in the chat. How did you feel about SmackDown tonight? And I'm just stalling until I can find the right button. And let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are back, folks. We are rolling. And as soon as I can find what I'm looking for, there we go. We are back for AEW Rampage tonight, the last offering from AEW as we head into Ring of Honor Final Battle tomorrow. I will remind everybody tuning in right now, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White. My buddy Big Nick will be back in a second. Big shout out to Cliff. Big shout out to Ashley Rose. Big shout out to CJ. Other members of the family that keep this channel running. Folks, if you haven't liked, subscribed, and joined the family yet, do it now. We are on a roll, and we just keep going. We just hit another milestone. We're about 9.5 months old, and we're growing by the second. Like, subscribe, share, let everybody know you're here. But right now, we're going to run through 1 hour or so of AEW Rampage. We'll see how they set things up, and if you know some of the answers out there, do not share it with the rest of the class. Keep the spoilers to yourself. I don't know who won. I don't know what the outcomes are, and we're going to play it live right now. So, yeah, play along. That being said, I'm just going to pull it up. Now, let me get to some of these SmackDown ratings as Rampage is kicking off, folks. SmackDown, 6 out of 10. 7 out of 10 says Aaron. Who do you think retires Edge, KJ? Ooh, good shout. I mean, it was rumored that he wants to end it in Toronto. Who would end Edge? Would he give it to like a good old Canadian boy? Would he let like KO end him? Or would it be somebody important, like a Randy, like not that KO is not important, but somebody more important to Edge's career, like a Randy Orton? Do they have one more best match ever? And right now, just to keep everyone up to date, as I get through these predictions, Takeshita, and Jon Moxley are in the ring. So get your predictions in on that as well. If you're new here, we take predictions on all the matches, and we take ratings out of 10 at the end of the show. So don't go anywhere. We will talk about it as everything winds down. We got another 7 out of 10 from Chris on SmackDown. Early prediction, Damage Control. Retain the Women Tag Team Championships next week against Liv Morgan and Tegan Nox. Yeah, I could see them retaining. But who knows? Things change quick. But no, I think Damage Control's got to hold those belts. They've been passed around a lot as of late. But 7 out of 10, good shout. Another 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 better than Raw. I kind of agree with that. Absolutely. It was better than Raw. 7 out of 10 on SmackDown. Nick, thanks for retweeting my tweets. And hello, everybody. Alexander, I'm sure Nick will be back in a second. I'll remind him that you said thank you, sir. Dale says 7. Trey says 5. KJ, I understand the history of both United States title and Intercontinental title, but I think it's time for WWE to retire those titles and maybe bring back the European title, Continental American title. But why, Anthony? Like, my argument is, why? What would be the purpose? Like, what really changes anything with, like, all right, it's still, when you break it down, it's the mid-card title. However, I believe that the IC title and the US title have more of a heritage and a better lineage than at least, the European title for sure. And the Continental American title, yeah, it's kind of a bit of I don't know. I think where they stand right now is probably status quo. If you're going to go something like a completely different direction, fine. But to just kind of nudge it over to European, and I just think it's an unnecessary change. And we can't change everything, folks. We need some history. We need some tradition. Since they got the V out of SmackDown, been better than Raw. Oh. SmackDown's been the better show for quite a while, I thought. And again, that 3 hours of Raw kills you. It is just, that third hour. This week, 1.2 million people for the third hour. Woo. Woo. Not good, folks. We may be watching the demise of nationally televised wrestling. It's crazy. 1.2 million. That's insane. But with that being said, folks, if you haven't got a prediction in, my rating on SmackDown, 7.5. I'll go 7 as well. I think the overall consensus was 7. And, it's not I thought it was a good show. I thought a couple of the matches were really good. I kind of still want a little bit more out of Bray. Another in the dark attack. No, that's 3. Like I said, I joked. Are we going to get 6? Are we going to get 6 attacks on LA Knight before we get any answers? And again, is it 6 personalities of Bray Wyatt? Is it 6 people? Is it Bo Dallas? Is it Vincent? Is it Dutch? Who is it? Who is it? I want to know. We need answers. I want more. Give me some answers. SmackDown 6 out of 10. Moxley for the win. 7 from Kenny. Boop, 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 boop. 1 out of 10. SmackDown. Mox wins. There you go. Moxley with the not open challenge. Yeah, go figure, right? Boom, 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 boom. Sharona. Moxley for the win. 8 for SmackDown. There, Thomas. And you know what, Thomas? I don't think I could easily go 7.5, 8 on that show. Easily. It was I thought it was a solid show. There was definitely a lot of things that I did like. So maybe just being a little overcritical. A couple things I didn't like. Deduct 1 point for everything that was silly. But how did thumbs up or thumbs down on the appearance of Kurt Angle and how that played out? What's happening in this match? I'll tell you in a second. Oh, we're gonna smack off. All right. So Moxley for the win. But they're building Takeshita. Yes, I don't disagree. I think they're going to drag this one out. This is going to go for a minute. Moxley biting the head. Moxley's being scouted by Don Callis. Really? The invisible hand. Pause. Moxley joined Kenny and the Elite to catch it with the duck. Big forearm, another forearm from Mox, and they go back to the exchanges. Here's a quick question for everybody out in the chat right now. Is there too many of the big forearm exchanges in wrestling in general, maybe specific? And I know some people are going to say, oh, it's the New Japan style. Oh, shit, that looked painful. We got a tope, ouch.
Tope con, what the fucko?
Tope, was that your Neo?
Tope, oucho in my face. So
Don Callis is watching this.
Oh, and Moxley with a paper mache forehead already. Moxley's got color.
Yo, what if Callis is scouting Takeshita?
Takeshita? Well,
oh no, that's what they're saying right now. Actually, Excalibur confirmed my theory that Don Callis has been watching Takeshita as lately. The invisible hand has been watching.
Pause. But no, I mean, Takeshita's been a blue chip prospect since he kind of got introduced to a Western audience through the US and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was even up there, interesting, what have you, of if he was going to sign with AEW, of if he was going to go to New Japan, if he was going to go to WWE, what have you.
So yes, but beyond that, I know we joke about his name and such, but the fact of the matter is he's been outstanding in the ring. He's a really solid in-ring performer. I kind of wish Moxley wasn't dragging him into like a hardcore match. I wish it was just a really strong in-ring competition.
100%. I feel
ouch.
It's interesting because I feel like if you put Takeshita and you put him in NXT or something like that, he's leading the pack. He's leading matches. He's 100%. Like you said, he's not getting him dragged into a Moxley walk and brawl match. He's getting, he's able to kind of give me Takeshita versus Carmelo Hayes, 100%.
Oh, that's not a bad shout. Kurt Angle did have a birthday celebration tonight. It was interrupted by
Shush
by the Alpha Academy, who were then doused by milk that was brought in a milk truck with Gable Steveson. So yeah, they started by just chucking the bottles at them and then hosing them.
We had Milkomania 2.0.
We did. This comment. I like this comment here.
Takeshita and Omega Golden Lovers 2.0. I mean,
Moxley is bleeding like a sieve.
I told you, the man's got color probably the hard way. But
did the
I don't think we're that far off to where Ibushi's contract is up with New Japan. So maybe we get him under all this controversy and what have you coming over to AEW.
Do you know what the problem? And here's my concern, Nick. Is guys like, and again, they're great wrestlers. Don't get me wrong. I'm fans of a lot. But if you continually bring over the gentlemen like Takeshita and that, your core audience is going to be thrilled because all of them know them. The smart fans are like, oh, fuck that. But you're not, you're kind of impeding the growth of your in-house talent at times.
But two count after almost basically a paradigm shift, but Takeshita at this point has become an in-house talent. I get 100% of what you're saying, but I think that coming out of Final Battle, hopefully we're going to see this divide of finally we get an AEW roster and we get a Ring of Honor roster. Because right now the Ring of Honor roster has about 8 people listed and 6 of them are champions. So I think we're going to see that divide finally. We're not going to have Chris Jericho main eventing Dynamites as, defending the Ring of Honor world title.
What do you mean? When he drops the Ring of Honor title on Saturday, he's going to go after MJF.
I'd almost welcome that more than him still going on with Claudio and everything. It's something that hasn't been going on for fuck all.
Yeah, but I don't want to circle back to Jericho. And I mean, I think that's what's coming. Jericho looks around the room and whatever. It's like he's got a fucking, a heat sensor, and whoever's got the lightest the biggest, brightest light, that's
whoever's catching buzz right now. I got you. A big elbow from Takeshita. It rolls out into a bulldog choke, into a sit-out powerbomb. 1, 2, 2 count.
2 count.
But wasn't this supposed to be like in an open challenge, what have you? And then
it was really weird because
announced as Takeshita.
Yeah. So I guess Takeshita sent a text to Tony and said, "I'm in Friday."
He said, "Anything you can do, I can do better."
Right. 7.5 for SmackDown. Ooh.
But so, do you think it's telling one way or the other with if Jericho wins or loses about the status of a TV deal for Ring of Honor?
I don't think so. I don't. Okay. I really maybe a little, like in the sense of if you're sitting down with execs, and they're like, "Oh, we know Chris Jericho. He's been in some stuff. He was on Masked Singer. He's I would challenge them to name one of his songs.
Judas in my mind.
I mean, again, but then you see Judas being sung on fucking Cobra Kai, right? Like,
right. Takeshita.
Oh, huge brainbuster.
I just got Takeshita up top with a big splash in the knees as Moxley's rolling into them north-south elbows.
Gushing.
But why? What the fuck in this match calls for him to get color? Honestly,
I find
it does nothing to the match. Literally, you don't notice it outside of you look at Moxley and realize, oh shit, he's got color. Yeah. There's no ring psychology part of this. There's no storytelling part of this. It's literally just he got color because he wanted color.
Yeah. Listen here, like Moxley. I know a lot of people have said Moxley's boring, and listen, I have a brother who really likes Moxley. Me and him used to debate Moxley quite a bit. And for me, Moxley is like your favorite action movie. Like you watch it, and the first
he's Bruce Willis.
Yeah, but eventually you're like, oh, this. Okay, now this happens, and eventually it loses its excitement. It's just the way it is. No matter how much you loved it at one point, and I think that's where Moxley's come after all this time. Is he's become that action flick that we all know how it all plays out every step of the way. We can picture Moxley of the second CM Punk's because I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with fucking children of just Moxley with I was 2 days from vacation. Right. Takeshita, yes, he kicked out at 1.
Stomping a mud hole in Moxley to quote JR.
Yo, I don't want to, this is one hell of a fucking match.
Well, Takeshita's good. As much as we've, sandbagged his name and everything of, just fitting in with the gimmick of cut the shitta, take a shitta.
It just all works. I can't help it. It's
super talented. What?
Right?
Question for the host. Oh, hosts. The host with the most. Who's got the bigger beard, I guess. Who will be the GOAT of the Shield, of the 3 Shield members in 20 years' time, and why?
Ooh. I think
acknowledge me.
I think the easy answer is going to be Roman. I mean, the guy's had the belt for over 1,000.
He already is the GOAT. It's fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah, I just wonder if long term, like he said, in 20 years, that if Seth Rollins continues to be relevant the way he is now over a longer period of time, because I could see Roman losing the belt, being gone for half a year, a full year. I don't know how much commitment.
Roman's at a point to where that feels valid. Most people don't get that level. That's God tier shit. As Moxley, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but Moxley wins with a bulldog choke. As we get the pass out spot for Takeshita, and we've got Hangman coming out right now, so we're getting cowboy-ish meets. I juiced my forehead for no reason-ish.
Oh my God, I want that on a t-shirt. Cowboy-ish. That is fucking funny. The high angle paradigm shift. The high rider is what he called it.
The high rider, easy rider, low rider.
I didn't know they gave the name to the fucking the suplex he now uses.
Yeah, it's shit. Oh, and Heyman got all of a sentence out before he just started swinging on Moxley. So we've got a brawl going on. And I do at least like this. I know we've talked about taking real life situations, what have you, and making them storyline kayfabe. Exactly. Yeah. But playing up Moxley versus Hangman because of what happened in the ring, because of just simply you're both guys aiming at the title, but you're not going to be for the title right now.
Right.
I dig it.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you something. Now, I mean, I've been critical, but I mean, I like what's happening here as far as these guys are going at it hard. And yeah, I mean, my only complaint about any of that is I feel like the entire match in the ring would have made that a 5-star match. Like they tore it down. But I think going out to the outside and being in the crowd and making, getting Moxley to leak like a stuffed pig, like, I mean, it's not necessary. You could have just kept it a really, really solid match. I promise we will get to the questions. I know you may be new here.
No, that's the one that we just asked. I just asked.
But I will remind everybody we get to them all. Be patient. We talk a lot.
On my guys, as we're getting Hobbs without Calvin video package right now.
I like this.
Oh, 100%. Hobbs, they've made him hot. AEW, and I will give them credit as we've kind of bashed them at times as far as homegrown in-house talent and everything, whether it be guys like Maxwell Jacob Friedman, Ricky Starks, Hobbs, etc. They have built their ingrown, homegrown talent. It's the same way a little bit of still every time you look at AJ, you think TNA. Every time you look at Samoa Joe, you think TNA. It's just natural at this point of they've built that influx of these are guys who are going to carry us into the next generation.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I think the inexperience of Tony Khan shows when one of his homegrown talent catch fire. That's where I think he, and I'm not saying he can't with time get better at it. This is actually just being positive, actually. Right. I just think once he builds up, we've seen Wardlow pop off. We've seen Ricky Starks now pop off. We've seen others like they really get hot, and then sometimes like Wardlow and others that he just fizzles them. Like he doesn't know where to go with them once they're hot.
My thing with AEW is I feel like Tony Khan had about a 2.5 year plan, and now that's ran his course, and he doesn't. He didn't know what to do beyond that. Of now we're like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting to get here.
I just want to say for the record, if I had started planning this in 1995, I guarantee I'd have more than 2 years prepared to go when I got to 40 years old. I'm just saying. Just saying.
I guarantee you if I started planning this in 1995, I'd know how to fucking book guys like Eddie Kingston, Miro, what, Cody Rhodes, what, CM Punk, what.
Miro's another example of a fizzle out. Right. Darby fizzle out. Technically, OC, you could let get kind of stale.
Now, can you fizzle out before you start?
Yeah, you kind of. That's that's
called a popcorn fart.
Oh shit!
Right. Oh shit! I'm done.
It's like the exploding ring match.
Just sparklers and passing out on top of Moxley. Pause.
Right. WWE not trying to deliver a good show because no pay-per-view this month. I think they still want to put on a good show, especially with the ratings kind of sucking. They need to do something. And I thought tonight was a pretty good show. We never got your rating, Nick.
SmackDown is always an A show, and I will say this while we're in a commercial break. I guess I'll give it a 6.5 more of because I still wanted more. That's the thing with SmackDown is it wasn't a bad show. It was one of those more of it still left me wanting more. It's like, okay, well, I've had this. Now I want more. And that's the thing with SmackDown is SmackDown has always been the A show, always over-delivered rather than under-delivered. And I get the sentiment of, oh, well, we're just waiting until Royal Rumble. But we still don't know what really effort or push they're going to put towards Royal Rumble outside of just, hey, some shit's going to pop off. It's going to be crazy because we've had Cody mentioned for the Royal Rumble. We've had Kofi mentioned for it. You're still holding the outlier hope that CM Punk shows up number 30.
Oh, I'm still, I mean, again, pipe dream and fantasy booking, but it's compelling as shit. That being said, Roman is being treated like Taker already. In what sense, Trey? Just put on he's kind of earned it at this point.
I mean, the man retired him initially, supposedly accusations the first time, and still that was a great promo from Roman to where he's just sitting there and easily.
Yeah, right. Oh, for fun. Hangman doesn't do it for me. He doesn't feel like a main eventer. A lot of people have said this.
And that goes back to, I feel like they had it booked all the way to where Hangman long-term took the title off of Kenny, and they didn't know what the fuck to do after that. I've got Bivens on my screen, which shout out to Bivens. I know it's, whatever his, long, multi-syllable name is right now, but he will forever be Bivens in my heart. Stokely Hathaway.
Bivens! The Zapruder film.
Bivens could get fucking anything over. The man got. I'm waiting for this man to get Big Bill. By the way, pause. We're getting W. Morrissey, Big Cass XL as Big Bill. So I'm waiting to see Stokely get that over.
What is happening right now?
I've got the Butcher and the. So I got the Bunny coming out because we've got Butcher and the Blade. So I've got Bunny and your girl Penelope coming out.
Penelope.
We've got the White Rabbit, except she's on AEW instead of WWE.
Penelope goes to the same makeup artist as Ronda, so
it's not as pink. It's more highlighter pink versus.
No, I wasn't. But not Bunny.
In your face pink.
It wasn't as bad as I saw it. Actually, I'll take it back. I like these two.
Could you imagine if? Well, shit.
Send them over to the W.
Well, I was going to say if AEW had a women's tag title division, but we already have.
No, don't say it.
There's too many titles already. But if we're going to split it up between, divisions, what have you, companies, etc. But we've got Shida coming out right now. So give us your predictions, folks, whether you've got Shida, whether you're cutting the Shida or you got the Bunny, you're following the White Rabbit down the rabbit hole.
And we're fighting for that title.
The who gives a shit title.
That's not nice.
Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Miro and Andrade. I don't think we're going to ever see Andrade again. Miro, everyone keeps saying, well, he was on TV, but that's done. He came out.
He keeps cutting He's like, I don't want any part of your creative, Tony.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like
I'll stay at home and shoot TikToks with my wife.
We will wait this out. We will wait this out.
Right? You wait. We're going to get Austin Theory finally conquers Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, what have you, for the U.S. title. And then Rusev Machka comes out and plays and just holy shit.
I feel like D's nuts as a sweater. That's funny.
What?
Okay. All right.
I like how Santa's still in the front row. For those of us who were with us watching Dynamite, we had Santa and Jesus there in the front row, but Jesus is not risen for Rampage. We've got Santa, though, still taking out, what you want for Christmas in the front row.
Okay, host, who's a better heel? Tribal Chief Reigns or Architect Rollins? Or if Ambrose ever came back as a heel, well, now we got to stretch it.
Right, now we're fantasy booking, and now it's if I want to book it the way I want to book it, but if we're going off of right now, again, simple answer, acknowledge me.
Right. I mean, no, unfortunately, Roman's just on a different level right now.
God mode, son.
Miro is cleared to wrestle, but creative team has nothing for him. I hate when it's like going to the gas station. They're like, we have no gas for you. Like, that's your fucking job. Like, have something for me.
Right. What?
Right. Oh, I showed up to get some lunch. Oh, we don't have food. What the fuck? Feed me.
You're going to your favorite pizza place. Christ, go to Domino's, Pizza Hut, and be like, well, we don't make pizza now.
We don't have anything for you right now. Wait, it's your
pizza here
for me.
We can offer you a side salad. What?
I tell you what, you give me 15 minutes, I'll come back with something for me.
Right. I can make the fucking pizza. Just you got dough, you got shit. I make it.
Turn on the fucking oven. We're going.
Right.
Left a like. Michael, we appreciate it. We appreciate the love. And come back.
You did the good paisan thing there. You said Michael.
So.
I got you.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was just
going to say thank you.
No, absolutely. 100% thank you to everybody, whether you're here for 5 minutes, 5 hours, whether you've been here for 5 months, Christ, almost at this point, 9 months, what? 10 months, what?
Baby by now.
Still under a year, still a baby, still trying to get them, little legs churning underneath you and everything, but we're still hit the 1K. We're still moving and grooving, still growing past that, still waiting for that 1.1, that 1.2, that 1.3 watt. But absolutely like I said, it's the holiday season, If I'm going to sit on Santa's lap, pause and ask him for one thing, I'm going to ask all of y'all while you're at your family dinners, while you're eating, that dry ass turkey that your aunt put in the oven too long and everything like that. You're still hoping just for a little bit of dark meat because that might still have some flavor in it and everything, what have you. That you let them know about the Wrasslin for Life Network, because we are here. We're your alternative commentary for everything when it comes to professional wrestling, where the wrestling buddies can't get in real life. What? We're just your one complete kit and caboodle, anything and everything when it comes to professional wrestling. What?
Oh, big shout out to CJ Brand.
Oh, got the May 19th. What?
Ouch. Punk is completely ruined by Hangman Page. Yes, kind of, sort of. I mean, he's the little brother that caused all the shit, but
what did I do to let some no-brain? I was waiting for it.
Man, it's crazy. But literally, it's like the kid brother that causes the entire kerfuffle in the house and then sit back and watch you get your ass whooped.
Right. I'm going to tell mom you did that thing. And then it's like you and your brother and your little brother who fucking said all the shit's just sitting there like, ha, y'all getting your ass whooped.
Yeah, he's the little smarmy kid that knocks the fucking the dinner off the fucking table.
Right, ha, big bro got kicked out of the house. Ha.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna turn it into a therapy session here for a second.
Right.
We love Brock Lesnar. All right. I don't know how that's
accusations.
That's the fever.
But so who you got, folks? Who you got? Bunny or Shida? You got to. Well, speaking of, I guess Shida. Mr. CJ Brand there. Are you going to cut the Shida or you follow the right rabbit?
Shida wins. Kenny loves Ali and Ford. I'm partial to agree. I don't know if I love them. I like them a lot.
You become very much on the Penelope, the Kip Sabian train and what have you.
A little bit. It's weird. I don't know why. I like the look. I like his approach, what he's doing right now ever since he took the box off his head. I like him matched up against Orange Cassidy. I find it interesting. And I think that, I think Ford and Bunny have surprised me in the ring at times.
I agree with you. I think that Kip was able to even get the box gimmick over as a whole, 100% of that. It's their version of...
He's like the Sandow of AEW.
No, it's their version of Bray Wyatt, a little bit. Not at the same level.
No, pause. What?
Man got a fucking box over his head.
That is the AEW version of Bray Wyatt? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, so if I come on stream for the next week and just sit here with
a box on your head, how's that Bray-ish?
The fact that they got just some outlandish, some kind of out there, some could have a darker meaning, could have a darker connotation. It took a fucking jobber act.
What are you talking about?
An AEW dark elevation.
That's the darkest thing about the gimmick was
you made them that they were going to be a title contender, even if it's the All Atlantic. You at least elevated it just with that.
Ford has really improved on a side note. No, I think
the cars or the wrestler.
Right. Good question. Shida wins and faces Hater.
and loses.
And loses.
Right, Jamie Hayter, as big knee from Shida onto the bunny right now, as Penelope was holding up Shida.
The rub didn't even save him. Pause.
Who? Right. Who?
Rock got over on the most competitive roster in wrestling history, while Roman got over wrestling nobodies. That's not his fault, though. I mean, you got to give him credit.
Cena, John Moxley, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Triple H, Brock Lesnar. So let me know when I start hitting nobodies there.
Check.
All right. Shida with the win.
I don't have to add to that at all. I agree with you. I mean,
no, it's one of those of I hate that. That's a stupid expletive argument of as Jamie Hayter coming out to the ring right now. So it looks like we're gonna get, like so and so said, we're gonna get Shida with the shit stain on her face there versus Jamie Hayter.
Wait, I'm getting a thing for Mercedes and
so then you missed the Hayter.
Did I miss Hayter? Okay.
You missed Hayter.
Shida. All right.
Cut the Hayters. So cut the Shida. Shida wins over the bunny. So it looks like we're setting up Shida versus Jamie Hayter. Cut the Hayter.
Wait, quick, Nick. Are we gonna get all the firm or just parts?
We're gonna get Lee Moriarty and Big Billy. Pause.
Big Willie. Big Bill.
I hate that. Big Bill. People hate on WWE name changes, what have you.
But they can't call him Big Bill, can they?
They can and they will.
Big Bill.
Lee Moriarty and Big Bill was Stokely Hathaway.
Big Bill.
And people lost their mind over me being Mission. And now we're getting W. Morrisey as Big Bill.
Fucking Big Bill.
Big Bill versus two times there.
Oh, shit. Lee just kicking people in the face for no reason. Whoever wins this Shida versus the Bunny match, it's Jamie Hayter for the AEW. Yeah, Damien, and it's going to be Shida.
And she's going to lose.
All those people who did favors for Roman because he was the company chosen one. I don't know.
All right, so listen. How much do we look at it as kayfabe versus actual reality of? So, all right. So Brock Lesnar did a favor for Roman and just went under for him multiple times. Goldberg went under him multiple times, even though, he wouldn't do that for Bret Hart, what have you. Rollins, went under for him. Moxley, it's at times you have to recognize a blue chip prospect. And I understand that people say things just because of the fact that it's Roman Reigns. And he was initially the company guy. 100%. The guy has even admitted, I ate shit. Pause. When you had that whole promo between him and Cena about, it's called a promo, kid. If you want to be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to cut one. But at this point, to try and deny that Roman Reigns is on a different level than pretty much anybody doing it in professional wrestling, you're just hating at this point, I feel. And if you disagree with my opinion, I mean, agree to disagree, but I feel like at that point, you're just hating just because it's WWE attached to it, or just because you're still stuck on him getting that initial push. As we've got Big Bill and Lee Moriarty right now taking on who in the Rudy Blue Hell, as we've got a Tope Moriarty, as we've got a big ass choke slam from Big Bill, because his name used to be Big Cass, and you can't teach that. What? But so we've got Big Bill and Lee Moriarty picking up the very much squash victory. Why the name change? Can someone explain to me? Is anyone excited of the fact that it's not Big Cass, it's not Cass XL, it's not W Morrissey, Christ, it's not even Will Morrissey, it's Big Bill. What? Oh, so I've got FTR right now backstage coming just off of the fact that they just could have won the AEW Tag Team Championships, and I still think they're losing to the Briscoes in a dog collar match. It's going to be a hell of a match. That's still right now, bar none. When we do, shout out the Golden KJs and everything later. My match of the year is going to just be the whole trio series between FTR and the Briscoes, from one singles match to start off the last final battle to you had the rematch between the two of them. So now we're going to get probably the first time, at least I can remember, of a joint dog collar match. So I think 100%, granted, I think the Briscoes win and we start to see FTR drop them titles, and then they kind of leave, AEW, and maybe they say, hey, Hunter, how you doing? Like KJ's even talked about, if you get FTR versus the Usos at WrestleMania, shut up and take my money already just on that. Juice, we can't be friends. What? Oh, Juice with the Savage. Oh, because you said FTR is mid. I disagree, sir, 100%. 7-star FTR. Top guys are here. They very much are not, cannot, will not, be mid. Christ, they even sat there and had, things to say about the fact that the Usos got #1 tag team in the PWI ratings, which is still a little kayfabe. Cliff, shout out the homie, the brother from another mother, FTR. Big Billy style, what? A-Town saying, Nick, sign Enzo to AEW ASAP. You could do that, but you have to make it make sense. And you still have the MLW. You have to. The whole firm thing's gotten weird ever since it was initially. Just do it.
Do it. I say do it, man. He's a better tag team partner than Lee.
100%. I can see it, but you have to. I'm just looking at it. Make it make sense.
Right.
Well, then again, Big Bill, Big Billy style.
Bill Biggs.
Right? It does not work. Does not make sense. So,
Mr. Bill Biggs. FTR should have 3 belts, but they don't need them. Acclaimed is over as homegrown talent, so it makes sense. Yes and no. I mean, I think FTR should have already had them. And just because it seems super over doesn't mean they automatically get the belts. And I mean, FTR chasing the baby face, if you kind of went heelish with FTR, I think it works. You can run a program with them for a while. At least they're in the title picture. At least they matter. But hey, they're going to be on the other show soon.
Right. Well, instead they're not at other promotions saying, "Hey, Tony Khan, book us.
Book us." That's a t-shirt. Book us. Guess what, guys? AEW Dark Special is on tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m.
Guess what, guys? As I fucking hiccup during that and everything. Guess what, guys? We're going to be on at 3:30 in the afternoon tomorrow. The pre-show to the pre-show to the pre-show to the pre-show.
I might still be in bed.
What's up?
I still might be in bed at 1 p.m.
I thought you was about to say you was about to be in bed when we were doing the stream and everything of, KJ live from his bedroom, pause.
Where the magic happens. Mr. Every Night.
With Daddy Magic.
AEW needs a kind, friendly act like WWE.
A kid-friendly.
Like what? They have Danhausen.
No, that's their whole. That's part of their whole shtick is that they're the alternative. They're not WWE.
True story. Except Jericho.
Oh, this is again. It's like Jessica Havoc versus. Why am I blanking on her goddamn name? GCW. Allie Cash right now.
Dare you?
Got Mark Henry in the center of Kip Sabian and Orange Cassidy.
Right? Wait, how did you make the comparable between them two?
Because you're a big fan of both, my guy.
I like it. All right, man. I'll accept that.
Acceptable answer.
I accept that. I don't know. It's just me, man. Seems
well, Juice, if you can't show your fucking work, then you don't get full credit.
Now, here's the thing. I'm sorry to disagree with you, Juice.
I'm not.
And here's the thing. Part of the problem is been their booking. Like, if you watch AEW religiously, you would think that the FTR's relatively mid.
We're getting a fuck ton of more matches added to Ring of Honor 0 Hour right now. We're getting
the Kingdom versus Top Flight.
Why is Jeff Cobb on a fucking 0 Hour? Jeff Cobb should be competing for the fucking Ring of Honor title.
The Shadow Squad. Holy shit. Mascara.
We're just getting like Willow Nightingale. We're getting everything and everything. We're getting Daddy Magic. We're getting all that thrown on 0 Hour.
Is that at 1 p.m.?
I hope the fuck not.
Well, listen. We will give you full live results at 3:30.
Well, hold on. I'll check the time here. Because if it's that one,
see, why is there trios belts?
Some adjustments might be made, but we'll see.
Daniel Garcia, Wheeler,
Yuta.
Oh, they added this, eh? Blake. Whoa! Match added. AR Fox and. Wait, who was that? Help me out. Blake Christian will be at Ring of Honor tomorrow.
What the fuck?
Blake Christian and the AR Fox are in a match, but it's a tag match, and I didn't see who else.
Fill
me in.
My guy.
Yo, they're showing replays of Shayna Taylor and Keith Lee working together. And a heel Keith Lee.
Hey.
I got to admit, I don't know the other dude very well. Yeffy?
JG Barrett? Or JT Griffey, sorry.
JD Griffey.
Yes.
Next week. Oh, listen, you lazy. How dare you take a week off of your 7 and how dare you?
Right? Why?
House of Black returning to action next week. Folks, if you like wrestling, this is the place you need to be. The cards are stacking.
Right.
Who is fighting Blake Christian? Who is in that match with Blake Christian and AR Fox?
I am trying to find that out right now, sir. But Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Dale. I missed this earlier. AEW ratings were 8.
But Warner Discovery is fucking through the roof about their ratings. They can't. They think it's so great.
Who's the source on that? Where did it come from?
Probably the same exec that just got recently released from Warner Discovery. PK was praising there.
Right. The Elite giving people stupid names now?
Yeah. Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Copy of my gimmick of, the big Italian there and everything. Of just instead of Big Nick, we've got Big Bill.
The Big Soul Sash. Pause. Miro. What about him? Matt Taven and the Kingdom. Hey, Jason, how you doing, buddy?
Right. They exist. And I'm glad we remember them because Tony, up until tonight, forgot about them.
I'll watch 0 Hour for you guys. Thank you, John. Yeah, if it's 1 o'clock tomorrow,
I'm trying to find it.
I will not be making myself present for it. That's all there is to it. But yeah, no, folks.
Right now, I see it kicking off at 3 o'clock, so we're still good.
Oh, okay. So we might be here at 3 o'clock. No,
we might be here even before we thought we were going to be here before.
But shit.
That's why you got to ring that bell notification like
ding,
at the end of every match of ding, ding, motherfucker. And hit that subscribe button and everything, because you never know when we're going to show up, what wrestling show we're going to decide to cover, what wrestling show is going to cross our path.
Wait, what?
We're going to watch this. Even still, when we're watching Final Battle, Deadline, we still might stay around for XPW. We still might stay around for UFC and everything. So it's one of those of, we just don't know when we're going to go home. We're already guaranteed at least probably 6 hours. We might give you 7, 8, 9,
Trent 7 is here.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was spoiled.
I was going to say, that's one thing that I don't like, is that was leaked, that was spoiled. That to me is interesting that we're going to get Trent 7 versus OC right now for the All Atlantic title.
Mm-hmm. Comes out, points to the AEW logo, making it look like Trent 7 is All Elite.
Or maybe he's just like, this is where the Mania sign's normally supposed to be, so this is why I point there.
Right. Who in the holy blue hell is JD? Yeah, that's what I said.
Who in the Rudy blue hell is JD Griffey? There we go.
Trent having none of the pocket gimmick. All right, that's kind of cute. He got Cassidy stuck in the mustache.
In the mustache mountain. Why?
Wow. All right. Trent 7 from WWE, technically from NXT. If we're being picked.
Well, technically from NXT Europe.
Very true.
Right.
Trent 7. A bit of a surprise move. Didn't really see this.
Interesting, especially because Tyler Bates very much, or at least was getting a push on WWE programming and everything. So you would figure that you could get Trent 7 involved in that, what have you. But meanwhile, Trent 7 coming out here looking like just the husky version of Kip Sabian with the gray hair and everything.
That's right, folks. Get your prediction in. If you're just tuning in right now, we have Trent 7. Yes, Trent 7 of NXT UK in the ring with Orange Cassidy. If you haven't made a prediction on this match, hit us with an OC or a 7. Let us know. Who do you got? And thank you for tuning in. Tomorrow, we will be here sometime around 3 o'clock. And we don't know when we're going home. It's a mega stream. So tell everybody you know. Like, subscribe, click that little bell. But we got the main event of Rampage and about 12, 13 minutes left on the clock. Are you surprised that it's Kip that is aligned with Trent?
Yes and no. A little bit. I get the UK connection and what have you. But so I've got live at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be here 3 o'clock, 2:30. We'll talk about it. We might be here during the middle of 0 hour. Might be here at the start of 0 hour. But we've
I could see us arriving on the scene about 3 o'clock tomorrow. Folks.
Right, but we've got Mascara Dorada, aka part of the Lucha House Party, Grand Callisto, Grand Callisto, Grand Metalik, sorry, versus Jeff Cobb. So Jeff Cobb should please win that match. We've got Willow Nightingale versus Trish Adora. Also on 0 hour.
Are you getting what I'm getting? So you're getting the Butcher and the Blade as well? I was confused there for a second.
I was trying to look up the card, so let me. Yes, I am right now.
Okay.
Well, I'm getting a spoopy horror movie trailer video as well. It's picture in picture.
Fair enough. The Lost of Us. The
Last of Us. Shout out.
Oh, so KJ and Nick, you guys want me to watch Ring of Honor 0 Hour for you guys tomorrow?
No, what I want you to do is I want you to watch it, and then you put it on mute, and you have us playing in the background and everything. And it's the same thing when you watch Final Battle, when you watch Deadline, when you watch any sort of professional wrestling. But you just, you can still watch that and still get the action and everything we're calling. But you just put it on mute and just have us going on in the background.
There you go. Kenny King to WWE.
Kenny King to AEW.
Maybe. More likely, but Kenny King's a talented guy.
100%.
Lorcan versus Claudio, or Lorcan Oni versus Moxley. We've seen that before. I'm totally down to see that again. Oni versus Brian would be a barn burner. Yeah,
you're getting past the Biff versus Claudio. Well, and Claudio's come out there and said in no uncertain terms, when I win the Ring of Honor Championship, I would like to defend it against guys who compete weekly on Dark and everything. Versus we're gonna run through the Colt Cabanas,
right?
The potential Jerry Lynn's, the Ishis, what have you.
I prefer that, right? Like, let's give some other people opportunities.
Right.
And there's been a lot of athletes hanging around Dark for months, hoping for a shot. John says Trent Seven wins. No, he doesn't. The best alternative commentary, the best, the only.
I was gonna say, you got a shiny golden star there, sir, for that one, because 100%.
Right. Okay, we can be friends again, Juice.
Well, at this point of, Christ, any sort of wrestling promotion, everything, our socials run through the bottom, everything. Christ, our name is right there in bold fucking letters above us and everything. Wrasslin for Life Network. So if you want to, reach out, tell a friend, be a friend, tell a friend. 100%.
It's true story. But yeah, I got picture in picture right now, folks. It looks like Trent just. Oh no, OC hit a suplex.
Can I finish the matches that are on 0 Hour?
Yes.
So we've got the Kingdom, which is Matt Taven and Mike Kanellis, aka Mike Bennett, versus Top Flight, the Martin brothers. And we've got, it's kind of halfway fitting with Top Flight and everything of their, their failure to launch there and all of that. Managed to always get injured the second they start to get a fucking push.
Right.
And then we've also got Daddy Magic and Cool Hand.
Coke and Diet Coke.
So yes, Coke and Diet Coke versus Shinobi Shadow Squad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy about this match, but I don't.
The fucking pause in your voice right there.
It's just like,
wait, let me remember who the fuck these people are.
It's funny because they just came across. I'm like, okay, no, Jesus, vitamins are good, folks. No, right. I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, I didn't expect it.
But I've got Trent right now with a 2 count.
Who just made a comment about Trent?
Trent's looking like fucking Uncle Howdy right now, to be honest.
Ah! He played Barry Windham in the movie.
Right. Yeah. That's how MJF got the deal.
Oh, wow. This match is a wreck. You bring Trent Seven in, and this is how you feature him. I don't.
He wins. It works.
Kinda. But I mean,
maybe, sorta.
Maybe Trent helps Kip win.
Well, we've talked about this earlier, and we hinted about this and everything. Of Tony was a Nitro fan. Of Tony viewed it of wrestlers just kind of walked out and had a wrestling match on WCW Nitro. You never got an explanation as to who, why, who the fuck, any sort of motivation would have you. And that's very clearly what he's got going on with AEW. Hence, Trent Seven just kind of walks out. Hence, we had Shane Taylor just kind of show up.
Right. But to me, with all the people around Tony Khan, to your point, I don't disagree with you.
Right.
Oh, huge snap German. With all the people around Tony Khan, it's like it's like living in a library and not knowing how to read. Like you have ways, you have people around you and ways to figure things out and to make them make more sense and to tell you a better way. I mean, if the rumors are true, they just don't want to hear it.
That's not a bad shout as a 2 count from Trent, but it's thanks to Uncle Dave and what have you. It's very much, it's become an echo chamber.
It's definitely, yeah.
They don't hear anything that actually says, you know, your ratings are going down, your attendance is going down, your viewership is going down, what have you. But it is also a little bit of, it's like a fucking comic book movie or something like that, or even just the comic books of like, well, you know, so-and-so, right? You know, Wonder Boy, you know, Batgirl. I don't need to tell you who they are. It's like, no, motherfucker.
Shout out to Tyler
this one, I kind of need to know. This isn't Uncle Ben, you know, says with great power comes, you know.
Did you catch that? He gave him the old. I love that shit. Do you think Kenny King would be good in the WWE? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it would. You'd have to
Hurt
work
business
with him
if he's in WWE. Hurt business. Him, Shelton, Cedric, MVP. Maybe not even MVP. But you go back to when you had Kenny King and Bobby Lashley and Impact. Christ, there you go. Writes itself.
Coke Green is the best. I got creamsicle green, but that's a different story.
There were so many jokes I could have made there. My brain kind of froze. It was just like do like system redo.
Match is all right. Not bad.
They say Coke Vitamins is the best, allegedly.
Right. Well, Big Nick and KJ, what time you live tomorrow day at 1? Wait, I lost you with the English there. 1 or 3:30. I believe we'll be here probably around 3 o'clock, guys.
3, because
I'm not coming.
WWE and y'all just like to say, "Oh, so you thought you were going on early, huh? Funny. Now you're about to go on even earlier. We ain't going on no
your 6-hour stream, and we raise you another hour.
I see your 6-hour stream and add another hour or so into it. As far as covering XPW, John, we'll see. It's still up in the air of XPW, UFC, maybe a little bit of both, what have you, who knows? We'll see how the day takes us.
Right. I think Trent is not all elite. It's possible. I mean, I haven't heard an official announcement.
No, but he is a man. He is a member of fucking Hair Club for Men, I think, with this.
I was wondering if he put a little play in his hair to match Sapien.
Homo sapien. Why? Roll up from OC for 2 count. I thought that's how they were gonna fucking.
Yeah, you're like, come on. Okay, cool. You're cool.
I'm a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. What the fuck? Why? Damien just in the salmonest of all salmon suits. Just proceeds to start stomping a mud hole at him and walking it dry.
Do you have strong salmon? Oh, look at the ref having the time of his life. The last time he seen action like that, he had to slip a
right. Oh, I just happened to know. Please distract me more.
Off me. What are you doing?
Actually, my spot's right here. It's not underneath the earlobe. It's just right there. Just right there. And you distract me right there, and I'm good.
Kip's giving Trent shit.
We're seeing the alliance, though, between Trent Seven and Kip Sabian of the
dude, at least kick
Dan of the Gray Hair Club.
Yo, these are the worst don't zoom in on these kicks. Oh, we got help.
Yeah, we got the last outlaw there, the last cowboy, Dustin Rhodes.
Ow! Snap, scoop, slam. I love it.
Tell me you wouldn't want to see, though, knowing it's his last year, you don't want to see a Dustin Rhodes title feud.
No, I mean, at this point, maybe not.
Make it happen. Even if it's still, you build it up. and you have him.
I mean,
and especially the fucking storytelling that they sat there and did with his brother and everything. You sat there and had him crying in the corner.
Nick, truthfully, now
he's just getting his ass whooped.
Naturally, instantly, I kind of like went against you. I don't think so. But as you were explaining that, I mean, legitimately, with MJF as the top guy right now, it actually plays out well if you have the sympathetic baby face on his
I'm gonna do everything to destroy the Rose name, and you just have him fucking.
Do you imagine my old buddy Cody?
The man's face. You have him do every despicable heel shit.
I'm gonna send you over to the dub. You know, I could see it now. I think it's great. Absolutely.
I'm gonna send you into an early retirement.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna end in 2023. Well, I'm gonna make sure you're gone before my bidding war in 2024.
Right, and then it looks like Dusty might win it. Close. MJF steals it. You know, Dusty cries a little in the ring. We all, get teary-eyed and call it a night.
Right. We all end up fragile, as I've got a Christmas story playing right now. So that's why I tie that in.
Fragile
must be Italian. Much like me, must be Italian.
Fragile Nick.
Right. Oh, pause. Accusation.
He must be. He must be.
So, folks, give us your ratings on, I guess, the go home. The last thing you're going to see from AEW before Final Battle tomorrow night, before, the Optimus Prime of live streams with
the Optimus Prime of live. Yo, I'll take that shit. That's
with a Final Battle, NXT Deadline, maybe XPW, maybe UFC 282, maybe God knows who else, what else.
I don't know. Maybe there's a Lady Gaga concert we can do.
Right at this point, shit. We'll just sit here and react to us
table tennis that we can talk about.
Some World Cup games, what have you. But so let us know your reaction.
We'll be here at 9 a.m.
for Rampage tonight. And if you haven't already, let us know your rating for SmackDown earlier tonight. I think I gave it a 6.5. I think you gave it an 8.
No, I gave it a 7.
Okay, so a 7 and a 6.5. So let us know your ratings for that. If you haven't already, let us know your ratings for Rampage. Christ, let us know your ratings for A Christmas Story, as I've got this that will probably be airing from now until December 27th on TBS.
Right. I'll give it a 2 double dog dares out of 10. No.
What in the fuck type of rating is that? You're copying my playbook of just, I'm going to say some imaginary shit and call it a rating.
Cliff says 0. We got a -3. I got a 5.
No -1?
Rampage,
no little Brody.
Cliff, you think it was trash? Am I too happy-go-lucky tonight? Am I like? Am I
one of the only ones who still watch AEW Rampage?
I mean, I thought it was all right. I give it.
I think with how much Rampage we've watched, that we
why is that
like the scale becomes a little differentiated.
Well, I mean, at the same time, I mean, it was decent. I mean, Moxley and Takeshita, they had a hell of a match.
God damn it.
The only knock on that match was they should have kept it in the ring. If they could have kept the entire match in the ring, I would have liked it more.
I don't even mind that. It's Moxley never needed color in that match because it never played anything into it. It was literally just he got color because he decided he wanted a blade tonight.
Well, it's crazy because
fucking bloodletting from John Moxley. That's all it was.
Yeah, it wasn't like a big rivalry. It was a spot match. You don't need to gush all over the place in that type of match. It's unnecessary. And again, it diminishes when you really want us to give a fuck about you bleeding.
Right.
Sorry, but Moxley could catch an artery and we wouldn't even flinch. Oh, there goes Mox again.
Just literally the Crimson Mask.
You're like, oh, okay, he's okay.
Well, so here, I'll then just, I'll let you answer that one for the sake of not overkilling the what gimmick. But so I'll let you answer this one, and then I think we'll give our ratings and maybe head towards the door here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a 3-hour stream tonight, and we are back. Accusations, false accusations,
accusation, allegedly.
Did you give a rating on Rampage?
Who's what?
What was your rating on Rampage?
I was waiting for you to answer that, and then we give ours.
Oh, well, I was going to answer this. I'll answer this right after we give a rating. He said, John says 6 out of 10 for SmackDown, 5 for Rampage. I liked Rampage a little bit. I'll go 5.5.
See, you almost read my mind because I was about to go there and I was like, I just for the sake of do better, be better of Christ. If you're building a Ring of Honor, if you're building a Ring of Honor show, don't give me a bunch of shit on the 0 hour of now you're adding it last minute of
now we're back up.
If you're going into a Ring of Honor show, go full fucking hog at this point in the Ring of Honor. You've already done it enough on your show, Tony. If you're not going to differentiate it now, might as well just give us basically Ring of Honor 0 hour tonight.
It all looks the same. But I mean,
negative 1 hour. Pause.
I did the prediction show last night. 13 matches between 2 pay-per-views, nice and clean. Now there's an additional 4 matches. So now we're
here a half hour early. Thank you, Tony.
Fucking hell. Off topic, but have you seen any of Tales from the Territories? Bits and pieces. I mean, actually, I heard a lot of the reviews weren't overly great about it, but I've only seen bits and pieces of it so far.
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces, like you said. That someone watched the same thing with the Teddy Hart documentary. I know I keep mentioning that, but I've heard a lot of things about that, and I really want to sit there and take the time to watch it.
It's a crazy story. And when you want to watch a funny video, go look up Teddy when he gets in the spat with Hannibal from Montreal, by the way. But they get in like a shoot argument over how Teddy's being treated heading into the interview. It's fucking hilarious.
I was just thinking of the whole thing. I can't remember what exact promotion it is to where he's just doing moonsault after moonsault after the off the fucking cage to prove that, hey, these guys ain't shit. But I'm gonna keep doing moonsault to the point to where I throw up because I'm that much of a mark for myself. Like, if you thought Bret Hart was a mark for himself, you ain't got shit on Teddy Hart.
No, it's true, folks. But no, I mean, yeah, I'll probably check it out at some point. But that being said, we got to answer the question. What are we covering tomorrow? Tomorrow, folks, we are here at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Maybe 2:30 at this point.
We will run through a pre-show of Rampage. We'll talk about some stuff. Don't forget, we did the prediction show last night. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. Go give your comments on that video. If you agree, disagree, give your predictions on. Go to that video. Give chat. Actually say stuff on the comments. But that being said, we will be here tomorrow. Ring of Honor, final battle, kicks off at 3:30. And then it goes live with the main card, I suppose, at 4. We will be here all the way through that. Then we will continue on into NXT Deadline. We will hit that. We will run through that pay-per-view, the 5-6 matches that are there now.
To infinity and beyond.
And beyond. And then we don't know when we're going home, folks. We could be here all night to watch XPW. We could be here to watch UFC. We could be here to watch some random, garbage.
We could just be here still talking shit about the shows that we watched earlier that night at this point, honestly, because trust me, it's a hard thing to get us to shut up, as you can see.
Clearly. Only match I want to see, Briscoes for the win. Yes, go check out the prediction show. Put that comment over there, Cliff. But yes, folks, thank you for being here. Happy Friday. Thank you for our latest milestones. And we're so appreciative. I hope everyone has a safe and happy Friday. Be back here tomorrow afternoon. Do not miss out. Drop the link everywhere you can. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And that was fun tonight, folks. 3 hours of a good time. Nick, how do you feel?
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. And we're not just here to take part. We're here to take over. Now give me my theme music.
See you on the flip side.